Nachos? Aaron? Linda 3? Where the hell is everybody? Goddamn fucking virus. Here comes the spooky! What's going on, chuds and chudettes? Here comes the Spookies back, episode 18. This time we're gonna find out what Bruce Campbell can do against some medieval dickweeds. Also, we're gonna talk about COVID-19 and the 5 best and worst horror movie sequels of all time. So sit back, relax, tie your buddy to a chair, and make them listen to your second favorite podcast from their house. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here Comes the Spooky is back. We are a little unconventional today, so I am the only one coming to you live from the CNC Fart Factory in Raccoon City, Illinois. With me always is Nachos McWerewolf. Nachos, how you doing, buddy?
How the fuck you doing in this troubling time?
I'm doing really good, sir. I got several beers with me that I don't have to share with you. I have a whole fifth of whiskey to myself that I also don't have to share with you, and a fresh pack of cigarettes.
Son of a bitch.
And with us also, for the very first time, we are so happy to have him, is Mr. Aaron Southworth of the Horrible Horror Podcast.
What? Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. This is we've been planning to do this for a while now.
Yes, we have, man. And I know there's always been something in the way. Planning, it's always difficult. With your show and our show and things like that. Plus, like daily lives, it can be kind of a chore. But I'm glad that we can make this work, and it's actually pretty convenient this way. Just simply because we don't have to I can't leave between this hour and this hour. I got family things going on. This is just hey, call in, and we're done.
It just takes a pandemic to bring us together.
And I don't have to wear pants.
I have no clothes on.
To be perfectly honest, I'm not joking. I'm sitting in my underwear and a t-shirt right now. So,
no shame in that game, man.
Don't fart too hard.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening that don't know, it's a Horrible Horror Podcast. So I do a podcast with my co-host Marshall Hampton, who couldn't be on today, but we do a podcast about some of the horrible horror movies, worst of the worst. Some of the movies so bad they're scary. Some of the real stinkers. We enjoy those. Those are the ones that kind of have a special place in our heart. So we do a podcast on those movies, the ones that are just so bad they're good or so bad they're scary. Check us out. We're on all the platforms. But we're good friends with the boys here at Here Come the Spooky. So really happy to be here. Thanks again, guys.
We're happy to have you. And now, just so the guys are clear if they never checked you out, when you say horrible horror movies, it's not just movies that people are just oh my god, this is just the absolute worst, the mainstream stuff. You guys go out and find the real nuggets inside the shit turd, right? It's indie horror and stuff like that.
We go deep. This is also a labor of love. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it sounds bad when you say horrible horror, but we do like some of these movies, and some of them we don't like. It's just some movies we try to find. We really enjoyed, for example, A Mutt Train. That movie was insane. It was a lot of fun. We found the Pork Chop series. We love those. Those were kind of fun too. But there were also some really super stinkers, like Santa Claus with C-L-A-W-S. There was also Stabbed in the Face or The Killer Eye. So there were actually I like The Killer Eye, but Marshall didn't. But
wait.
Yeah, so we take a horrible horror movie and we give it a true, honest breakdown and say whether it's so bad it's good or so bad it's scary.
Now, this Killer Eye movie, is that Full Moon movie with the giant mutant eye and all the porn stars and stuff?
Now, that is Killer Eye Halloween Hunt.
Okay.
Which we did first, but Killer Eye Halloween Hunt is basically an advertisement / movie for The Killer Eye, which came out previously.
Full Moon is shameless.
Yeah.
You know how Full Moon does that shit. You know how Full Moon likes that fuckery.
Fucking Charles Bane and his puppet fetish.
I gotta give that guy credit, man. He honey dick motherfuckers left and right. when he he renames movies and releases them. Like Zombie Holocaust got turned into Zombie Decadence, and they think, oh, it's a new movie from Full Moon. Nope, they just renamed it, put a new package on the front of it, and just released the same movie, so people would buy a brand new movie, getting completely fucked over if they already owned it.
Taking your wallet to the cleaners twice.
Big time. I kind of love it though. I mean, do your homework, guys. Right?
It's it is a good way to get some quick cash, I would assume.
Yeah, absolutely.
So definitely check out Horrible Horror Podcast for sure. They've got almost 200 episodes. Nachos and I appear on some of the later ones. There's The Miners Massacre, Intruder, Mrs. Claus, but also check out Sleigh Bells. Check out
Lake Terror 3.
Hack-O-Lantern.
Oof. Not Hack-O-Lantern. That looks kind of fun, actually.
I like Hack-O-Lantern.
I like Hack-O-Lantern for sure. Pool Party Massacre. That's a really good episode. Definitely check that one out.
That's real fun. Yeah. That's a fun movie.
That is a good movie. We like that one.
So, all right. So before we get
started,
we
actually have an interview with.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Yes, you have several.
I was about to say, Pool Party Massacre. We have an interview with Drew Marvick also on our YouTube page, which is probably the worst YouTube page you've ever seen. It has a lot of crap. Let me put it this way: it has a little bit of crap on it. But we did an interview with Drew Marvick, the writer of Pool Party Massacre. And he actually has a sequel coming out, and hopefully we'll have a little nugget on screen in that movie as well.
Looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that.
Yes, that one's going to be exciting. All right, so we've got a little bit of news in the horror movie world. First up, some sad news here. Stuart Gordon died at the age of 72. For those out there listening, I know it's sad. He was writer and director of many horror movies, as well as actually some mainstream movies as well. Reanimator, From Beyond, Castle Freak, The Dentist with Corbin Burnson, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That's right, dude. That's funny. Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
And I was going to say, yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's one that would not pop up on my radar. I got Reanimator were like first one, and Castle Freak, I like that one too. But I didn't know about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, so I don't believe he directed that one. I want to say he was the writer. Like, he wrote the script. In the screenplay.
Didn't we stomp the Atomic Scarecrow in horror movie trivia with that question last night?
Yes, we did.
John, if you're listening, go ahead and be butthurt.
Second up, this was some big news. I had to dig pretty deep on this one from a couple different sources, and I'm very excited about this. Paramount is secretly getting new special features ready for a, as of yet to be officially announced, new Friday the 13th box set. This came from Vincent Gustafaro, who played Deputy Rick Cologne in Jason Lives. He wrote on his Facebook page, "Just finished doing the running commentary for the new 12-film box set being released later this summer. Did it with Tom Matthews, and we piped CJ Graham in remotely. Additionally, Jason Goes to Hell director Adam Marcus similarly took to Facebook to let his fans know that, yes, a brand new 12-film Blu-ray set is on the way. And furthermore, he says, it's the best set because for the very first time it will include an unrated cut of Jason Goes to Hell on Blu-ray. Marcus wrote in a comment to a fan on his page that this will be the very first true unrated Blu-ray with new features and awesomeness. It's gonna rock." And finally, we have Larry Zerner, who played Shelley in Friday the 13th Part 3, confirm that the current lawsuit will not affect the new Friday the 13th box set from being released later this year on his Twitter page at Zerner Law. This year marks the 40th anniversary of the release of the original Friday the 13th movie, which I'm not surprised that Paramount is actually getting something together.
Never seen it.
No?
No.
I mean, this is cool because that box set that they came out with last time that had all of them, including the New Line Cinema ones, is hard to find. It's
already. Oh, that tin one with all the nicknames.
With all of them in there. Plus, Goes to Hell was not uncut, and it was some of those later ones were lacking in special features. The earlier ones kind of had some good stuff, and you can still get those on Blu-ray. The first 8 for sure, but those New Line ones are kind of hard to track down. So this is pretty exciting.
I would like to see an uncut version of Friday 13th Part 5, Friday 13th Part 7. You know, because I understand there was a lot of work that was put into the special effects, and they were butchered by the MPAA.
Right.
Yes,
And
I know.
I know there's special features on some where you can see kind of like the shots they use, but if they could somehow, I know that just a lot of the footage is lost in time, but it's just so unfortunate that those movies could have been so much more.
I know. There's like an alternate ending to Part 3 where like you can see the like still images from the dailies and stuff on the Blu-ray. Which is really cool, but it blows. Maybe Paramount will come at us with something here, though. Like, you know, these guys are doing new special features, which is really cool, because the ones we've got, at least the first 8, are pretty loaded with special features for sure. So having extras, I'm very excited about.
Not bad.
So maybe they're going to give us some at least cleaned up scenes if they aren't edited back in, but who knows?
I was thinking about this. You know, like every couple of years, Disney goes back to the vault and all that shit. And I know it's a little unfair to compare Friday the 13th to Disney, but you're telling me you can't get some fucking whoreheads, you know, some Fangoria fucking kids to go perusing around in the vault at Paramount to dig this shit up? I'd do it.
Oh, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Right?
But, you know, I've heard rumors from, like, other movies that, like, get re-released, like when they found the additional footage for My Bloody Valentine, which was also a Paramount movie. That was in a tin that was mislabeled. So it was in with cuts from another movie, and it just happened to get discovered by accident. I forget what they were going to do, and whichever movie it was that it got mixed in with, but when they opened the tin and they were pulling out the edits, they were like, well, this isn't our fucking movie. This isn't Casablanca or whatever the hell they were going at.
No, it was in Boner Jam's fucking 1978.
This is Weekend at Bernie's 2?
Right. The Reckoning.
So, yeah, but you hear about this happen all the time to films. It's like they get damaged from water damage. They weren't storing it correctly. They didn't think it'd be valuable, so they just threw it away. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Or they have, like, fires. And I know that there have been countless fires that have just ruined legacies and stuff like that where they just can't get that kind of shit back.
Wasn't Hollywood or California, like, on fire every other week?
Constantly.
It is now.
You guys are my alibi. I've been in Illinois this whole time.
All right, so our last one here before we get started on the movie, Screen Rant, website on the internet, if you've ever heard of that, created a list of the 5 best and 5 worst horror movie sequels of all time. Not sure why they did it, but they did, and they put that list up yesterday. So I'm going to go down, see if you guys agree or disagree with these 10 movies. So number 10, best sequel, Dawn of the Dead.
I go Day.
I go Day as well.
I like Dawn of the Dead. I like the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Not remake, sequel.
The remake
sequel,
is FUN for sure. But yeah, this is the sequel of the original franchise. Honestly, I feel like Dawn of the Dead, the original one's the weakest in that franchise. I even love Land of the Dead.
It's fun. I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know. I feel like the aspect of being in the mall, the people, the zombies as shoppers. Tom Savini shines. I mean, I see why it's on the list.
It's true. For me,
it's the first sequel. It's the first sequel. It's not, yes, Day of the Dead is after Dawn. So
right. Well,
it's not a direct sequel.
So it isn't, but you'll see like some of these other ones, they're not the direct sequels. They're just sequels. They're considering basically any movie after the original,
Okay, my bad.
A sequel to the original sort of thing. But so not like by the textbook definition. See, for me though, you come into Dawn, like I came into the Romero stuff not late, but definitely late for me because I wasn't alive in the 70s when that came out. So
unacceptable.
Right. Like zombies weren't blue, like they didn't look like drowning victims to me. So like Savini special effects look really good when people get torn apart, but the zombies, I just always had a hard time buying.
They did look kind of shitty.
Yeah. Like, every movie after that, it looks fantastic.
Yeah. Although, I know Day of the Dead's good. I like Day of the Dead, but god damn, there's something about that movie that feels so claustrophobic, stuck inside. And maybe I just, maybe I'm an 80s kid, a 90s kid, I don't know, growing up in malls. I just like that better. I like Dawn better than Day.
Just stuck inside, can't go outside. What's that like?
Yeah, no shit, right?
That's wild, man. They should make a movie out of that.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my god.
I gotta apologize in advance if you hear like a fucking just shit ton of dogs barking and going crazy. I am currently house sitting for my friend, and I'm on dog patrol. So it's real noises. Nobody's losing their mind.
Yeah, actually, I guess I forgot to mention that. We are doing this all via Skype, so if this sounds like a different quality and things kind of cut in and out, that is why that is. Everybody is at their own location and not here with me if I didn't cover down on that. Also, if I bust into a random Owen Wilson, just hey, listen to your heart.
It's because it is a different quality. If you got a problem with it, back off.
Start your own fucking podcast.
You can thank Rona for that one.
Where's your podcast, fuck boy?
All right, number 9, worst Halloween Resurrection.
I still go Halloween 5, man.
I'm with you. Halloween 5. Yeah, Halloween 5 is the worst.
Absolutely, man. Halloween 5 is the fucking worst.
Tina.
Resurrection's not even close. Plus, like, okay, is he a great actor? Fucking absolutely not. But dude, Busta Rhymes, man, I fucking love seeing him.
He's a treat.
I just love it when he's like watching kung fu movies, like, oh, little Chucky's gonna bust some shit, motherfucker. Love it.
He's like narrating all this shit. It's like, ooh, who this white bitch at the door? You're doing a real good job there, Freddie. Pat yourself on the back.
They got a kid for Rookie of the Year?
It's Rookie of the Year, man. He gets that knife in the fucking dome.
Yep.
He should have threw that fucking fastball at Michael Myers and put him in his place, but, you know.
Give him some funky butt loving.
Funky butt? Did he just say funky butt loving?
Number 8, best sequel, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.
I like Army of Darkness a lot, but we'll talk about that.
Topical.
Aaron, any thoughts on that one?
I like the sequel because it's just like a recap of the first one. You know, you just get a little recap of the first one, and then you roll into something a little different. So I agree with that one.
Yeah, me too. Number 7, worst, Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows.
I haven't seen it.
I'll watch it, but I kind of just steer clear of the whole Blair Witch thing in general. That last one was okay, though, because it was free.
Yeah, I enjoyed the second sequel, whatever. You know, just, what do they call it, just Blair Witch?
The Blair Witch, I think that's what it was.
Blair Witch just did not really stand up to the test. When's the last time you guys saw that movie?
Fuck, you tell me, man.
It's been probably
it's been a minute.
10 years at least. But we saw
right,
we saw the sequel, not this one, a sequel, an actual sequel to that involving the guy's sister. That was like it was more found footage, and it was much better. Definitely scarier. You saw cooler shit on screen for sure. I'm not a huge found footage guy, but it was definitely better than this fucking schlock.
Yeah, and it had old boy in it. Not shy.
I'll give the people from Blair Witch credit where credit is due because it seemed like they really did the marketing correctly. They did it right. The people who were in the movie stayed home before release, like a fucking old school wrestler when they had an injury. Like they didn't come out of their house. They did it right, and people thought it was real. So
yeah, it was a good hoax.
Blair Witch hit, man. Kudos, great job. But when you watch it again, the second time you watch it, like, oh yeah, it's just the hype is gone.
It's not scary when you know that it's not real.
Yeah, I have to give them credit for the release, but following after that, just there's not much there.
Wah, wah, wah. Number 6, best Scream 2.
Really?
It's good.
Scream 4, man. Scream 2's fun. Scream 3 is a piece of shit, but I love it.
Yeah.
Scream 3's better now that it's not the end of the franchise.
Right.
Because I hated it until Scream 4 came out, and then I was like, okay, I can now appreciate Scream 3 for what it is. It's funny. I love Parker Posey. Plus Carrie Fisher, dude, that's fantastic.
And let's not forget the Jay and Silent Bob cameo.
Right? But, dude, it's Connie Chung.
Yo, Silent Bob is fucking Connie Chung.
But I would have to say that 4 is definitely the better sequel in that.
Yeah. And we're getting 5 at this point.
I got a pretty fun little story about Scream 4.
Hit me.
So I was dating my my now wife, and she had a friend who came in from Colorado. Who this guy he had a long time running crush on her, but he was like, well, we're just friends. It's okay. And I'm like, all right. So we decided to go see a movie and went to go see Scream 4 in theaters. And went to the Galleria Mall, Galleria in St. Louis. And if you've ever been to the Galleria to go see a horror movie, there's a lot of young black kids there. All right? It's fine, but a lot of young black kids like to talk during the movie. That's fine. I'm ready. No big deal. We're watching a horror movie, and it's like you just kind of join the fun. You're kind of goofing on it. You're having fun. You're just like letting loose. This kid could not stand it. He was getting so upset. He actually stood up in the middle of the movie, turned around, and goes, some people are actually trying to watch the movie. Can you please keep it down?
Ooh.
Oh, my God. So much popcorn and booze came flying at him. It was something out of a fucking Dave Chappelle skit. It was ridiculous.
He's just doing that white dude impersonation, like, excuse me, please. People are trying to watch the movie.
Yes, can we stop with all this malarkey? Okay? Ungawa, I am speaking here.
That's exactly how it was. I sunk down into my seat so far.
You should have just joined in and like, don't go in there, bitch. He gonna kill you.
Well, I was laughing and kind of goofing. Like I was having fun. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I didn't care. This is like we were the only white people in the theater. This is how it was.
That had to have been awkward. Like for him, and then you're just like, oh, I didn't come with that guy. Like you and your wife scoot 2 seats down.
You're like
he couldn't loosen up. He couldn't take it.
You're like, I've never even met this asshole, man.
I already know the type of guy too. When you guys left, he probably apologized to Melissa for a terrible experience at the theater.
I don't remember. I kind of blocked it out.
My wife had a similar friend who had a crush on her. He wanted to take her to the World Series. She's like, "You have a problem with that?" And I was like, "No, get me a hat. Those tickets are $500 a piece."
Like, can I take nachos?
No, you have a good time. And tell him you want a hat, size extra large, one size, and then bring it back to me.
That dude's going deep. Like, he took her to a movie with me. He's trying to take your lady to the World Series?
Yeah,
bro.
She was like, "Are you going to problem with that?" I'm like, "Hey, it's your only opportunity to go, right? 1, and 2, make him buy you a hat, but get it in my size."
There you go.
Yep, it happened. It was fucking great. I'd never wear the hat, too. She's like, "Why did you make him buy it? That was like a $50 hat." And I was like, "Cause fuck him."
It's the
best of you just threw it away. Just grab, thanks, baby. Throw it away.
I should start wearing it while I cut grass.
Like, I want the Cubs hat. Why? Yeah.
Take a marker and write work on it. Oh, it's my work hat. All right, number 5. Ooh, number 5, nachos. Worst, Jason X.
Yeah, dude, it's a piece of shit, but you know what? It's a fun piece of shit. You don't write the line of dialogue in your script. It's okay. He just wanted his machete back. You know what territory you're getting into at that point.
I like Jason X. The story is obviously super goofy, but it is FUN. The thing is I would say, oh man, Jason Goes to Hell is probably the worst. But the worst thing about Jason X is the story, sure. But man, the effects are beautiful. The kills are incredible.
Absolutely.
But Jason also looks like he's been stung by bees in his face.
Go lay down, dogs. Go lay down.
It's a fun movie. It's a lot of fun. I mean, honestly, I think they're kind of getting shit on a little bit here with this. I can think of other sequels that are worse. I think this is a low-hanging fruit to pick on because, yeah, I don't agree with it.
I think Screen Rant found out that I usually pull their list, and so they're like, hey, you gotta keep reading our shit on their podcast. Let's make some ones to, like a minefield they gotta walk through. They'll get pissed off when they step on one.
Finally, recognition!
So this one, I can honestly say I've never seen any of them. So this, they say, is number 4, Best, Ouija, Origin of Evil. Anybody seen the Ouija movies?
No.
I think only 2 of them. That came out during that same time as, like, Unfriended and all that. It's like that PG-13 Blumhouse shit. That's not for me. I'm not saying it's not a fun movie, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen any of them. Aaron, you seen any of those?
I'm sorry, I haven't been spending most of my years lately watching shitty horror movies, but and this may be one. Maybe we need to check it out. I don't know, but no, I have not seen them.
Hey man, Mrs. Claus wasn't that bad.
That chick's mouth was though. Jesus Christ!
Oh, potato sack face.
God, no, that main chick looks like somebody broke a coffee mug and just jammed it in her gums. Like, there you go. Those are teeth, apparently.
It looks like she's like.
You guys are talking about the same person.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's Goblin.
Yeah.
Goblin Shrieker.
Yeah, it looks like she's like, it goes to a party, she's like, you guys want to see a trick? And she just hits herself in the mouth with a rock.
She's listening to this episode right now.
She's got teeth like one of the Tiger King's husbands.
Oh, that is an on point burn.
All right, number 3, worst. Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare.
No argument.
Same. Fully agree.
Bad.
That's a straight clunker.
Yeah, that one does suck. I mean, I do like the Power Glove and Roseanne Barr and Tom
Arnold, Roseanne, yeah.
Like weird.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time outside of 1991 anybody said I liked Roseanne Barr.
This one I wouldn't say is a horror movie, but it definitely is a sequel to a horror movie. Number 2, best, Aliens.
Fuck yeah.
Aliens?
Aliens.
Yeah, that's fantastic, but I would definitely call that more of an action movie.
Right?
Yeah.
I agree. It is a sequel to a horror movie.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say Alien is a horror movie. I would agree with that, but Aliens is definitely more of an action film.
Yeah.
This is fucking badass.
Yeah, I just watched it not too long ago. I think, man, god damn, it was great revisiting. I had my baby girl with me, and she was kind of falling asleep, and I was like, maybe I should keep it low. And then I'm like, kind of keeping it low, and I noticed she's awake, so I turn up a little bit, and then both of us just watching it full volume, and she was just sucking on pacifier, watching, Ripley blow the fuck away from some aliens. I'm like, this is great. My daughter's awesome.
I did the same thing with Logan when he was born, but it was Scream and Child's Play movies.
You're just like holding the kid to the screen, and your wife comes in like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" It's like making her tough.
Yeah.
Toughening her
I want my daughter to have a positive strong female influence. Ripley is perfect.
Oh, dude,
Goddamn
Ripley's
right,
a bad bitch, dude. And I mean bitch in a good way, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Her and Sarah Connor. I'd love to see who'd win in that fight.
Ooh, that's a great one. Yeah.
It just depends from what movie we're talking about. Like, if you had Alien Resurrection Ripley versus, like, Terminator Ripley.
No, it would be,
Sarah Connor. She's going to get destroyed. I'm sorry.
I would say just probably overall, just normal humans with as much experience as they could amass before they became super powerful.
Oh,
beings.
like the pinnacle kind of thing?
Yeah. At the height.
Because, goddamn, there's so many fucking different Sarah Connors.
I honestly couldn't choose one. I don't think I could actually choose one.
Yeah, because Arnold keeps fucking going through the phone book and shooting them all.
All right.
Yes.
Last one on the list here, and this was the whole reason I picked it other than Jason X. 2 controversial movies that I know Nachos loves. Number 1, worst sequel of all time for a horror movie. Jaws: The Revenge.
Oh, yeah, dude. Part 4 sucked. You seen that fucking movie? We were just talking about that shit the other day.
How a shark somehow develops a grudge against a family, travels down the coast to hunt them down and then eat them, and Mario Van Peebles is somehow immune to being only half a person?
Right.
It's like Mario Van Peebles is secretly his own character from Highlander 3. He's like, oh, fucking bite me in half. That's nothing. You got to cut my head off.
What movie was made first? Because maybe he got bitten in half by Jaws, and then he did the Highlander movie. Goes, hey guys, check out this trick I can do. They're like, hire this motherfucker.
Jaws was made first.
Ugh. And then Michael Caine's there, and he's a drug runner, and there's a voodoo curse on the Brodies.
Probably put there by the mayor of Amity.
Right.
For closing the beaches.
Hey man,
you know what it was? It was the great
4th of July brings in a lot of money.
The great grandfather Brody made fun of fucking like great mayor's suits, and he's like, you know what? Get the witch doctor. I'm gonna get a shark on his ass. Not now, but in the
Nope.
80s.
Nope, I solved it. I know exactly what happened.
What you got?
Middle of the first movie, right? Sheriff Brody makes fun of Harry for his bad hat. Harry says, "Fuck you." Goes to the mainland, hires a voodoo witch doctor to put a fucking curse on the Brodies. That's what happened. Bad hat Harry.
Yumma, 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 yumma.
Sorry, guys.
Man.
I keep taking awkward pauses because I'm chugging whiskey and following it up with some Pepsi while I drink this.
You guys want to hear some bad news?
Yes.
So I got Corona, right? The beer. And then I had like
Yeah.
Skittles. And I was like so fucking pumped because like I'm like, fuck yeah, I got lime Skittles. I can plop those bitches in there. No, man. Lime Skittles are fucking, or green Skittles are fucking sour apple.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
You know that all Skittles are the same flavor, right?
Shut up, Hitler. I don't want to hear your bullshit.
Yeah, that's all the same flavor.
I don't have much going on in my life right now, but just let me have this, okay?
It's just an illusion when you eat it and you're like, oh, this is yellow. It tastes like lemon. If I told you you've never had one before and I was like, hey, this is banana, you'd be like, cool, and then it would taste like banana to you.
And then you fucking hold your nose when you eat them.
Okay, hold on. I've heard about this before too. Has anyone done the blind taste test?
I have.
It's real. It's an aromatic thing.
I absolutely have. I spent a good day at work doing this, like in the office with people, because I heard about it on the point. I stopped and got Skittles, and then told them about it, and they're like, "No bullshit." So then we sat around for like 3 hours, everybody just doing it. And by the end, everyone was like pretty unanimous, like, "Fucking ruined Skittles for me."
Dude, between you with that and Elena and pineapple soda, like I love candy pineapple and real pineapple. I'm drinking it, and she goes, man, that kind of tastes like candy banana. I fucking hate candy banana. It turned to candy banana mid-sip. And I'm just like, why would you do that?
You poor
She's
bastard.
Like, and now I just can't have fun anymore.
All right, so we are 30 minutes into the podcast. Haven't even started to talk about the movie.
That's right.
So let's get this go ahead and started. This is not on our Video Nasty or Hello Nasty!
Did you have a number one sequel?
No, it was just 10 to 1. Started with the best and ended with the worst.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So this is not on our Hello Nasty list. Guess first. Aaron, when was the first time you saw... When or where was the first time you saw Army of Darkness?
Man, first time I saw Army of Darkness was probably in college, which was like 98, 99? I would say 98, 1998. Freshman at Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, smoking a bunch of weed in the dorm rooms. And it came on, and I'm like, oh, I've heard of this movie. I've seen things for this movie. Yeah. I've seen Evil Dead, and I had got Evil Dead on VHS years before. But I just never got around to watching it. Just never got around to seeing it. And sure enough, it cracked me up. I had such a great time watching it. It was so much fun. It helped that I was also stoned to the gills. That was the first time I saw it. It was great experience. Fantastic.
Couldn't hurt.
Nachos, what about you?
Buddy, real talk, I honestly don't remember. Great story, right? No, actually, it was Pick a Video. We had Pick a Video down the hill, and we would go and get the 5 for $5. And then, anyway, so I got it there, and then I bought it on a DVD, and then, like, Bruce Campbell was doing this signing at the Tivoli, and I went to go and have him sign my copy, but then it started raining, and it was the saddest day of my life. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, you told that story, I think, when we did the first Evil Dead.
Yeah, and the second one. Hey, if they can keep bringing me that same fucking intro, I can keep doing the same gag, you know?
Right.
How about you, Cincinnati Wiener Finger Jeff?
Yeah, so Salsa Von Mummy here. I saw this in 2000. So I had rented Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness in the same weekend.
Wait, did you say the year 2000 or the year 2000?
Wait, are you referencing the Silverchair song?
No, it's an old Conan O'Brien skit.
I was going to say, I think he's referencing Conan O'Brien.
Oh, no, I'm
Aaron
unfamiliar.
got it, you uncultured swine.
I'm unfamiliar with that reference.
Comedy. in good things.
I guess I'll never write for him.
You want to delve into that or just...
Yeah, so a little backstory. I invited Nachos to a work event where I got unbelievably hammered and chugged a bottle of wine in front of my boss, then made Nachos drive me home. On the way in, I made him walk me up to my... or practically carry me up to my bedroom where my...
through the threshold.
Where my pregnant wife was waiting for me. And the first thing he tells her is that he did not do this. He was not responsible for it, which he wasn't. He absolutely wasn't. I was already wasted.
I just being a good friend.
Yep. And I took off all my clothes and decided to sleep in the floor of my walk-in closet and told my wife I was quitting my job to go write for the Conan O'Brien show. I
can tell you how that story really went.
I'm just giving the abridged version.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, there were a lot of expletives thrown around.
Lot of much more sodomy in my version. Moving on.
Right. All right. So, directed by Sam Raimi, obviously, wrote and directed the first two. Of course, Sam Raimi being of the Evil Dead franchise fame. Tons of different things, Spider-Man, all that good stuff. So, if you've listened to the 2 episodes, you know what he's done. You guys ready to meet our casualties?
Let's do it, boy.
Lay it on me.
All right, let's meet our casualties. So there are quite a few actors in this movie, actors and actresses. I just listed out 6 that have a pretty solid, bearing on the story. So, of course, first up is Bruce Campbell, BC,
Yay.
Right? The Chin in Hollywood, who plays Ash, of course, in the Evil Dead franchise, Maniac Cop, Spider-Man, Bubba Hotep, all kinds of groovy shit.
My name is Bruce. Right, keep going.
Right. We have Embeth Davidtz, who plays Sheila. She was in Schindler's List, Matilda, and 13 Ghosts. Yeah, I believe she's the teacher.
Is she the wife in 13 Ghosts?
Oh, in 13 Ghosts? Catherine something, I think, or Katie something. I don't remember.
Okay.
I like 13 Ghosts.
Dude, that movie's solid.
Matthew Lillard, man.
It's not bad.
It's a little cheesy, but it's fun.
It reminds me of, I put that up there with the remake on House on Haunted Hill.
That's a good double feature.
Yeah.
So we've also got Marcus Gilberry, who played Lord Arthur. He was in Rambo 3.
Shut your mouth, whore.
Okay.
I mean, please continue talking, my friend.
Thank you. All right. Ian Abercrombie, probably the second most famous person on this list, who played Wise Man. He was Elaine's boss in Seinfeld. He also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can picture now without the beard. Yeah.
Mr. Pitt.
Huh.
Then he was also in an episode of Tales from the Crypt. He was in Puppet Master 3 and Wild Wild West. He's actually in a ton of shit. Like, this was just the big ones I described off his IMDb. He was in 180 things. Like, you look at this guy without the beard in this, and you recognize him instantly.
Dude, without that beard...
I gotta say, when I was watching the movie, I gotta say that guy was killing it. Like, everyone else was kind of phoning it in or having a little fun. This guy was, seriously in the zone.
He was probably the most seasoned actor on this for sure. And, on top of it, took the role serious. Not that the other ones didn't, but their catalog of movies from going forward, their resume is nothing compared to his.
Sure.
So, I saw a picture of him on the IMDb without his beard. Dude looks like a Q-tip.
He does. He really does. We also have Richard Grove, who played Duke Henry the Red.
That's my dog.
He was in Point Break and Money Train. Then our last one here, which was kind of a surprise for her role and how little she was in it, Bridget Fonda plays Linda 3.
Right?
Bridget Fonda was in The Godfather 3, Single White Female, which is fan-fucking-tastic, and Jackie Brown, and also Lake Placid.
No shit.
Yeah, so actually some pretty good ones on there. Single White Female for sure. I was just telling Nachos the other night. It's basically the chick's version of Cape Fear.
Yeah.
And it is damn good.
I got a
Wasn't she also in the American version of La Femme Nikita?
I think she was. She had a pretty beefy roster. I just grabbed the ones that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
So I got to blurt this trivia out, otherwise I'll forget it. So she's married to Danny Elfman of Oingo Boingo fame, who did some of the music for this movie.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, man. And no, I didn't just make it up. Like, that's legit.
So, released in 1993, February of 93. So it got a screening at a Spanish film festival in 92, and then they sat on it for quite a while before they released it. So February 93, it was a very weird year. This is the early start of some of the bad horror movies that came out in the 90s, where it didn't get a resurgence until Scream.
Yeah.
So it released alongside movies such as The Leprechaun, The Dark Half,
That's all right.
It is. That's a good one. Night of the Living Dead 3, Body Bags, which is one of my personal favorites.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Quality. Jason Goes to Hell.
It's a movie.
Man's Best Friend, which I like, dude. Lance Hendrickson, that's fucking great.
I know. It's so much garbage, and it's got Ali Sheedy in it, right?
Yeah, it's like a mutant dog who like pisses acid and like also has the powers of a chameleon and like
eats a cat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
when's the last time you saw that movie, dude? I like Man's Best Friend. Then again, I haven't seen it in 20 plus years, but I liked it then.
I want Anchor Bay or not Anchor Bay. I'm sorry, fucking Scream Factory to come out like some dual disc or just loaded to the fucking gills with that. That put a smile on my face.
It also released around Puppet Master 4, Doll Man versus Demonic Toys.
Wow, that movie's about as much fun as slamming your dick in a car door.
Sounds like something we should watch.
Oh, you should,
yeah,
dude. You should.
Right up your alley.
Maniac Cop 3.
Ooh.
And I know this is one of Nacho's personal favorites. My Boyfriend's Back.
Yeah! I love that fucking movie.
Right? That is a good one. That actually is a good one. I've got that alongside of... Came out in a weird 4-pack with Repossessed, Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, and Slaughter High. It's like,
I think I had that same 4-pack.
Yeah, I got it at Walmart. It's a weird mix of movies, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, Slaughter High is a real fun movie until you have to review it for a podcast.
No, it's still a good movie. We were just tired and drunk. Very, very.
Hey, we did that one. We did that one too early in our catalog.
Yeah, you guys did do that one pretty. That was like in your first 10 episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah. We realized it was actually a decent movie.
Yeah, it is for sure. All right, so how to watch? There's actually quite a few here. VHS, Laserdisc. There have been many DVD releases.
Dude, Anchor Bay, just ham as fuck.
Even Paramount. Paramount's released a ton of just bare bones stuff. Or not Paramount. Universal released a ton of bare bones DVDs. And then these ones here that I labeled or named out was the 2001 official bootleg version, which it looks like it's inside a paper bag.
It looks like the cover was a paper bag. It's really fucky like that.
It's all in Bruce Campbell's handwriting, and it's like he wrote a note on the back saying basically this is the director's cut. Then you get the 2003 Boomstick edition. That's a 2-disc version. It has the theatrical and an actual director's cut. The 2009 Screwhead version, which is just the theatrical version, but a bunch of special features.
That one comes with the tuft of Bruce Campbell's pubes.
Then 2009 Screwhead Blu-ray with the same special features. And then the Scream Factory 3-disc Blu-ray with 4 versions of the film, including the theatrical, director's cut, international, and the TV edit.
That's why I got that.
Yeah, that's the way I watched it. For this one, though, we just watched the original theatrical rated R version because there's just so many fucking versions out there.
Right.
Even if you watch the bootleg, that's a different director's cut than the actual director's cut. It's goofy.
Dude, I think there's even a version where they have the theatrical cut, and that might be the international one where they edit in like deleted scenes and shit from that. Because I distinctively remember a scene where Evil Ash is blowing fire.
Oh my god!
Huh.
Either that or your boy be tripping.
Well, you did a lot of drugs around the time this movie came out.
You could be tripping considering you put sour apple Skittles inside of a Corona.
Right?
Oh no, I went with lemon.
They're all the same.
Better move.
I almost said I love lemon, but they're all the same. But I do fucking love lemon flavored candy. All right. So you boys ready to horse around with some maniacs?
Let's do this shit.
Alrighty, so this one is a nachos-centric episode. So Nachos, you go ahead and take it away, sir.
All right. I'm going to do short paragraphs, so I'll give you guys the time to chime in, because you can't actually kick me under the table or raise your hand when for words edgewise.
Only you raise your hand during podcast.
Hey, shut up! I'm fucking talking here, you maniac.
I had my hand raised.
Oh shit, you're good. All right. Our movie starts out with this super awesome dramatic Danny Elfman score as our hero, Ashley J. Williams, the chosen one, is being drugged to his death in a medieval chain gang with Henry the Red and his crew. This isn't exactly what you'd call a happy beginning. Also, what's stopping him from taking that nub out of the shackles,
So I told Nachos this before. I'm like, it would be like that scene in Who Framed Roger Rabbit where he just fucking takes his hands out of Eddie's cuffs and then, puts them back in. It's not really fucking in there. I don't get it.
I can only do it when it's funny.
Here's the problem. When he took the nub out, what was he going to do with the nub? Untie himself? He can't do that.
They probably just beat the shit out of him, too. How are my levels? Am I just screaming into this phone, or what's up?
No, you're good.
Okay. We waste no time jumping back into the recap, just in case if you haven't seen Evil Dead or its soft reboot semi-sequel, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. So if you don't know the story by now, what the fuck are you even doing listening to this podcast? So real quick, Ash takes Linda the Third to the Nobi cabin for some quality smash time.
This is our third Linda for sure.
Hey, Ash, probably our best looking one. I like Bridget Fonda. I'm sorry, I like her. She's
good looking.
She's a little cutie pie.
She's a cutie. I gave her a cream pie, but I'm rooting for Linda number 2 personally. All right, where did we leave off? Ash reads from the book that looks like it's made from herpes scabs. If they can retell the same story, we can reuse the same jokes. And I'm actually reusing that joke, so. Linda gets got, and Ash has to lop off his hand. Again. A portal opens up and drop kicks Ash's dusty ass back to the 13th century.
So was this the third time? Was this the third time we've seen Ash cut his hand off with that chainsaw?
Second.
Second.
Okay. I love the first time because the blood was spraying all over his face, and the second time they just kind of whitewashed past him.
Yeah, they PG-13 it. Get out there, you maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super bloody in the first one. The first time he does it, which is the sequel, and then in this one, like you said, it's just they get to it and they fucking move right along. I actually don't even think you see him cut it off.
No, you don't.
It's real close, but they don't. They do like a Star Wars wipe.
Nice dissolve.
Basically.
Right. Okay. Ash wakes up balls deep in an Arthurian wet dream surrounded by ponies and armor and swords. Oh my! King Arthur calls the wise men over so they can go get a read on Ash. The wise man says that Ash very well could be the chosen one from the sky brought here to defeat the armies of the Deadites.
Not to cut you off, but as this is all going on, there's a fucking soldier in the background who is just attacking the fucking Delta with his sword and said, "What a piece of armor this is!" As he just fucking keeps beating the fucking Delta with his sword.
You're like, you better buff that shit out.
I do love how Arthurian times also take place in like Pasadena, California.
Right?
I tackled that.
Clearly in a quarry.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Nachos.
But Arthur is acting like a mark-ass bitch and thinks Ash is sleeping with the enemy, and it's one of Henry's men!
Trick-ass Mark.
Sorry, I'm scrolling up. I didn't print this out, so I'm reading off the monitor. So naturally, what do you do when you encounter someone who is different from you? Use logic and try to overcome diversity?
No, you berate them and make them feel little.
Fuck no, pussy. You steal their shit and you throw them into a motherfucking pit. All Arthur and his men lead Ash and the Red Thread into the courtyard where we are introduced into medieval Linda, Sheila. She asks Arthur, "Hey, yo, dog, where my brother be?" To which the king responds, "He was buck as fuck, but he got gadded by one of Henry's boys out in the streets." She said that, remember? Verbatim.
I don't think so.
No, well, I guess you were watching a different version. I think you were watching the international
You must
version.
have watched the European cut.
That's what it was.
I do refer to Sheila only one time, and then every other time. And you know how they always use fake Shemps? She's my fake Linda.
All right. Ash gets all sorts of garbage and debris thrown at him, and children are beating him and Henry's men. You can almost hear Sam Raimi instructing those children to beat Bruce harder. Sheila, pretty upset about her dead brother, runs up and starts beating Ash above the shoulders and head. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Everybody is fucking texting me right now. I'm just like, stop. Okay. Anyway, she's old-timey cussing him out like, "Thou art a murderer, a black murderer, a murdiddly-erdler."
I think you nailed it.
All right. Preparing for imminent doom, Henry turns to Ash and says, "Hey, buddy, you're not on my team, so who are you?" Ash asks, "Who wants to know?" So Henry responds, "I'm Hardcore Henry, and I'm crazy as fuck. I run this motherfucker."
I love this dialogue from Ash right here. Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Do you got the whole shit? Because I do, if you don't.
No, I love the whole Jack thing, which I was going to leave to you, but I just love that fucking first line, dude. Because he finally gets a chance to speak, and it's fucking him, like, just being Bruce Campbell all over the place.
I got news for you, pal. You ain't leaving but two things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
I have used that line so many times. I have used that line in actually worse context before. I love that line.
Your
That
boss
is a good
like,
one.
Your boss is like, "Should I fire him or give him a raise?" I have to go think about this. He just walks out and like slips you a 20. It's like, let's not do this again.
This guy's going to be head of security. He's going to get a rusty chain to beat people.
Get your rusty chain, yo.
Wish I had my rusty chain, yo.
Ghost beaters for life. All right, so King Arthur, not sure if it's that King Arthur.
Lord Arthur.
Yeah, shut up. I didn't find that out till later, and I'm not changing this shit.
Literally says Lord Arthur at that moment.
I was going to say Lord Arthur on your tombstone. Pizza.
I'm a Jack's man, asshole.
Henry the Red and Arthur get into a screaming match about their turf war. Rather than trying to talk things over, Arthur starts firing goons down into the pit. Real grown up, Arthur. Jeez. So they fire the first goon into the pit, and everything is really quiet from the depths. Oh, from the depths of the pit arises a geyser of blood. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I'm pretty sure there isn't that much blood of the human body. But okay, it's an Evil Dead movie.
8 pints of human blood and body at one time.
Exact same thought I had when I saw it. I'm like,
way too much blood. Way too much blood.
Maybe they added a mixer for the effect.
And you know
maybe
what's weird?
Maybe the monster blended them and just shot them up.
Right.
Normally, when you see something like that, it's usually the cue for Bruce Campbell to just get covered in fucking shit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really get that in this movie. And you don't really see anything like that again. This is kind of a one and done.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think they just, after they went gore-tacular in the second film, they're like, I don't know, maybe we go a little mild this time?
I mean, they bring it back in fucking Ash vs. the Evil Dead, though.
Oh my God. I cannot wait to talk about that.
It's going to be a good one.
Come on, dog. You're fucking killing me. Get in here.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Nachos. Go ahead.
No, not you. I was talking to the genuine, actual dog. You're okay, pal.
Oh, my bad.
All right. Now it's Ash's turn to take a dip in the pit, and he's understandably trying to weasel his way out of it. I've never even seen these assholes before, Henry. You gotta tell him you don't know me. Henry replies, I don't think he'll listen, lad. Sheila chucks a rock at Ash's dome, and he takes a header into the pit. Ash comes face to face with the pit.
I fell into the pit. You fall into the pit. Yeah.
Someone's a fan of Parks and Rec.
Oh, is that Mouse Rat?
There you go.
Scarecrow boat.
All right, where am I?
Maybe in the straight jacket.
This beer's trying to run over. Hold up. Okay. God, this Corona's making my life real hard right now. The beer.
Well, not just as regaining his composure. I'm going to take a shot of Jack Daniels here.
You get it, boy. For morale. All right.
Ash went into the pit.
Okay. Ash comes face to face with the Pit Witch, and she starts riding him like a rented mule. She starts doing all these crazy-ass backflips and kicks Ash's nards up into his body hole.
Oh, dude, this is fucking great, dude, man. This is like a kung fu fight, dude. This is so cool.
They get some good choreography in this shit.
For real. And actually, like there's a scene coming up where, like, Ash just fucking looks like the coolest that he's ever fucking looked.
All right. The wise man does Ash a solid and throws him his rusty chainsaw. Ash magically jumps 9 feet into the air and then starts his stump into the chainsaw's stump hole.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, fuck it. Yeah, but is it a gas?
Well, like, you know, that part of the gun would be called the butt, right? So would you call the part of the chainsaw the butt? So would that be the butthole?
No, it's stump hole. And I love how it just flawlessly just click, click. That's
Click,
it.
click.
All right.
Yeah, when he lands and he fucking, like, has it started and he's, like, ready to charge the fucking Pit Witch.
Yeah, he's got that pose kind of
Yeah,
like his
he
arms
looks
to the
so
side.
cool.
Yeah.
Fun fact, McFarlane Movie Maniacs, like season 5, they did an Ash figure based off of that pose.
Huh.
Useless trivia. That's me.
That figure sucks, though.
Yeah, NECA's way better in that scenario.
Right.
Okay, then he cuts the bitch's head off. Then he uses his belt to latch onto the chains and narrowly avoids the spikes and escapes from the pit of peril.
So not to poke holes in this scene, but why wouldn't he just grab the chain? Like, the chain's going upwards, regardless of whether the belt's under or not. So why didn't he just grab hold of the chain? What was the necessity to have him fucking Indiana Jones whip the fucking belt around like he's Nick Fury from the Punisher game?
Because you can't do that cool sound. When
That
Brad's
is true.
on.
That is true.
You know, I'll tell you exactly why he did it. So he could he was trying to unfasten his pants so he could teabag the fucking Deadite Witch in there and just ride the belt up. So when he shows up, his nuts would be out and be like, who's got a problem with these nuts?
You guys like Imagine Dragons? Imagine dragging these nuts across your face.
All right. Ash emerges from the pit like a motherfucking boss, walks up to King Arthur,
Lord,
and informs him that his shoelace is untied. He looks down and asks, Hadouken! That bitch out cold. Note, I'm pretty sure they didn't even have shoelaces back then, but, you know, I'm pretty sure that's called a joke, and, you know, just let it slide. All right. Wait, fuck! Scroll, you twat! He then punks out the scraggly whipping boy and tells Henry to get him and his men the fuck out of Dodge. Henry gives Ash a "you're all right with me" look, and they take off. Arthur, now back on his feet, announces that Ash must pay for his arrogance and draws sword on the traveler from the sky. See,
I do love how he calls her Sword Boy.
right?
Sword
That dude is way
boy.
bigger than him.
Sword man. I like how he fucking kicks him. He grabs hold of the sword.
Yes.
Instead of just pulling it out, he just kicks the sword boy away like a piece of shit.
Yes.
I mean, like, I know you're a king or a lord or a whatever the fuck, but come on, dude, be good to your people.
Can we just talk about his haircut real quick, too? Jesus, he's got, like, the bangs with the mullet going on.
He has, like, that feminist coconut monkey fucking, you know, haircut. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when somebody goes to Hawaii and they bring you back, like a souvenir, and it's that monkey, like, people have carved into with the bangs like that.
Wouldn't you call
Very
it? Would you
similar.
not call that a mullet?
It's definitely a mullet because he has the bangs like just like the bowl cut front and then mullet in the back.
Right? I don't call him Lord Arthur in mine. I just call him Tennessee Top Hat.
That's about right.
Yeah. I call him Art, who sells me fireworks down by the truck stop. All right.
Kicks away the sword boy.
Okay. King Arthur falls victim to one of the classic blunders. The most famous is which, never get involved in a land war with Asia. The other being, never bring a sword to a motherfucking boomstick fight.
Never get in a land war with Asia.
And blast Arthur's motherfucking sword in half. All right, pipe that. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. You see this? This is my boomstick.
Do you have all this?
12-gauge double-barrel Remington. S-Mark, top of the line. You can find it in the sporting goods department. That's right. This sweet baby, dramatic pause, was made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Retails for around $109.95. It's got a walnut stock, coal barrel blue steel, and a hair trigger. That's right. Shop S. Shop Smart. Shop S-Mark.
You almost had it. You fucked it up at the end.
All right. I'm aware.
I do love during this entire time he's describing the weapon, everyone's like leaning in, like, ooh. It's fantastic.
He got real QVC there for a second. I'm like, God damn, can I get me one of those?
Right?
All right. Okay. I know Ash just spent a bunch of time down in that grimy ass pit and has been drugged through the desert and back with all the dust and soot and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure Ash is rocking blackface right now. All right. And then, right after that wonderful speech, the heinous whore hag has escaped the pit during all this commotion. Goddamn, I have so many burps in me right now. Ash shoots her in the face. She does a spectacular backflip down into said pit. All right.
It is a spectacular backflip.
This movie is full of so many good backflips.
So many.
All right. Later that evening, Ash is hanging out in some kind of chamber when the wise man comes in and tells him he can't send him back until he finds the Necronomicon.
I like how they're feeding him grapes like he's hedonism bot.
He earned that, though.
Ooh.
More wine!
Her lips, his lips, apocalypse. Right. Fucking am I?
How do you keep losing your spot?
I'm reading off this giant laptop. I don't have a pen to mark it. I'm trying to move the thing, and it doesn't work. It's not touching.
Use your finger.
Yeah, or the up and down arrow, or they call it the page up, page down button. It probably looks like PG up, PG DN.
Oh, I'll be damned. There it is. Huh. Oh, it's too fast. I hate it. All right.
Just use the arrows. The arrows will make it go slower.
Keep talking.
Finger.
Kill some time. Kill some time.
Low tech.
This guy. You still looking?
Okay. Before he finishes that sentence, one of the damn chambermaidens starts bugging out and acting like a damn fool. She deadites out and warns Ash that he will not obtain the Necronomicon and that the evil will feast on his soul. Then she blacks out and flops on the floor. Arthur and his party... Oh, wait, what? Arthur and his party in the... Oh, party in the front, mullet, go to investigate. I don't know how mullets work. Go to investigate, but Ash lets him know that this is a classic Deadite maneuver, and she's just playing opossum, and tells him to grab the axe. Before any of that can even go down, the chambermaid in Deadite gets up and starts... The fuck? Having technical issues.
Can you not read your own typing font?
No, it's fine. It's just... It's scrolling weird. All right.
You know,
okay.
I've had girls kind of do that number on me where they're just like, and then just like they just get quiet and dead. I'm like, are we done? Are we done?
Okay, she holds up a cauldron and is getting ready to crush in the blacksmith's head, but Ash ain't having any of that shit. For all we know, that blacksmith could be Tom Atkins' great-great-grandfather.
Looks like
So,
a walrus.
Good job, Ash. You saved Tom Atkins. Now you guys get to work together in Maniac Cop. Ash starts pulling out some sweet kung fu like Busta Rhymes from Halloween Resurrection. Uses a big finisher with some sweet over-the-shoulder boomstick action, dropping that hag like a turd out of a moving vehicle.
And I do love how the wizard basically drops right back into what he was saying. Doesn't appreciate the amazing over-the-shoulder shot. Just breaks right back into what's happening with the Necronomicon.
Oh, God.
Love that part.
Did they break through?
Man, those dogs don't play around. Fun fact, that chambermaiden, Deadite, was Patricia Tolman. You may know her as Barbara from the Night of the Living Dead remake.
No shit.
Shit you not.
Which remake?
The good one. The Tom Savini one from the 90s.
You just said Hag 1 isn't bad.
Yeah, dude, get real. Would you rather have the Tom Savini one with Tony Todd or
Yes.
and Bill Moseley? Fuck
Absolutely. 100% of the time. However, I'm just going to say the other one isn't bad, but please continue.
Yeah. All right, Ash decides to lend a hand and help out the 13th Century crew, but first he needs to armor up. We are treated to another Sam Raimi action montage, mirroring the events of Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.
Gonna
Only-
need a montage. It's happening while music's playing. Gonna need a montage. You find out the progress within 45 seconds.
This time, instead of a chainsaw hand, we get a Mecha Gauntlet. All right, also, how the fuck does this thing even work? Logically, there is no way this should work. And then he fucking pumps it like it's some Nike Airs from 90 fucking 2. But whatever, that's cool, you know. We'll let that slide.
I like how he's like, they show the fingers working and shit like it's fucking Luke Skywalker's wrist from fucking Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, man, that's a little too on the nose right there. All right.
Probably the most advanced piece of appendage that ever. You know, it's ridiculous.
Like, shouldn't...
But I still love it. I love it.
Ash, some fucking retail schlub, shouldn't be working for S-Mart. He should be working for fucking NASA or some shit.
I also like how he pulls
Right.
the fucking Chemistry 101 book out of his fucking trunk. You can see a Fangoria in there, a couple comic books, and then like they use the fucking chemistry book to create gunpowder.
And he has a How to Treat Your Linda manual. But it's never been used, so it's still in the fucking plastic wrap.
It's got all the different years of Lindas. It's like, this is Linda from fucking 78. This is Linda from fucking 83.
I like it. All right. A little later, medieval Linda shows up in the barn where Ash is fucking around with his Mecha Frankenfist, and she gives him thoughts and prayers.
Oh, it's like a Facebook group.
Ash is straight up being a dickhead. And I'm starting to wonder, whoever wrote this movie was going through a nasty breakup, or they just flat out hate ladies or something.
Right?
I mean, well, we'll get to that. So she slaps him in the face, and he chases after her. Chases after her, and they embrace. And it straight up looks like the cover of any sappy romance novel your mom has laying around where the pages were extra sticky and smell like Virginia Slims and Clamato juice. And then Ash says one of the corniest fucking pickup lines of all time. Give
me some sugar, baby.
And it works.
Give me some sugar, baby.
That's how I got fucking Nachos to be on the podcast. Of course it works.
I thought that was a thumb in the butt.
That preceded the sugar.
Okay. Let's talk about this for a second. Do you guys think you could smash some Renaissance Southmouth? Like, think of the condition of the Vahigna. Like, Milady's got to have a giant bush, and that dungeon probably going to smell like a can of Fancy Feast on the back porch in August. You know, it's going to be bad down there.
It's gonna look like
You're right.
The roast beef you buy off the shelf at Walmart, not the one you get from the butcher.
So that's super glued back together.
Like
that's correct. However, I mean, the invention of cunnilingus, I think, wasn't until the 20th century, right?
Could be.
Yeah.
But Ash would know what that is, right? Because he's there now.
That's true. He could have like blown her mind, but at the same time, yay. That's a lot to get into.
Hey, man, he's the chosen one. He gets to do what he wants.
There's a lot you got to hack through,
But
I need more than a fucking chainsaw hand to get through that bush, right?
I agree with Nachos that I think it would be kind of awkward and weird. I think it would, like, back then it would probably look like, we've all seen them, right? We've all snuck and seen porno mags that our dads had or looked at them at gas stations where you see, like, what's, like, clearly a light-skinned white girl, and then, like, you get to the vag and you're like, that, like, everything's white, but, like, that 2% around her vagina, like, looks like a different ethnicity. I don't understand it.
Oh, I've seen them.
That's what she would look like. We all know it. Raise your fucking hand if you haven't. We've all seen it. Been like, and you've thought about it too. Like, what is that about? You get past it real quick, but you're like, huh? Okay. She's mixed, but only down there.
She's like a pinto. All right, so Ash needs to be super careful who he's fucking in the medieval times because he might end up being his own grandpa. Gotta be careful.
I'm my own grandpa.
All right. Okay. Our hero and the rest of the party. Oh, no, wait. So I was listening to this Reddit AMA or whatever the fuck that is with Bruce Campbell, and he said that one of his fans translated "Give me some sugar, baby" into Mandarin, and then, like, he used it at a bar, and dude got laid.
Nice. Good for him.
And
good for him.
I don't know. That's weird to me, but okay. Maybe like in Mandarin, that's the... Moving on. All right. Our hero and the rest of the party go out to what I'm pretty sure is Vasquez Rocks, a.k.a. that place where Kirk fought Gorn, a.k.a. that place where Evil Bill and Evil Ted killed Bill and Ted,
right?
A.k.a. that fucking rocky area from everything, like Twilight Zone and all that shit. Anyway, the wise man tells Ash that they may go no further. Beyond this hill, there is a graveyard where the Necronomicon is located. Before the book can be obtained, one must speak the magic words. What do you think those magic words are, guys?
Klaatu Barada.
Exactly.
I said them mostly.
I may not have said every single syllable, but Ash is acting like a straight-up jack-off and tells them pretty much, when I bring this book back, I don't give a shit about what happens to you guys in your kingdom. Send me the fuck home.
Dude, he's actually been kind of a KUNT the whole time, too.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
I sitting down and analyzing this shit for the podcast, yeah, I just always kind of like, oh, that's real. He's a real chuckler. No, he's a straight-up dildo.
Yeah, he is a dickhead.
So I'm sure everyone who is listening knows this already, but you boys know where Klaatu Barada Nikto comes from.
Ooh, I used to. It's
the Earth stood still.
Booyah!
But it's the middle word is actually pronounced different in that one. In the Earth stood still than it is on this movie. On the commentary, Sam Raimi does it. He says he did it on purpose as a homage.
I didn't hear you slide your glasses up, so it doesn't count.
Got it.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the name of the You guys remember the name of the robot in the movie?
No.
Gort.
Keanu Reeves?
Oh. That happened.
Gort was the name of the robot. I love that name. Gort.
G-O-R-T?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh. Gort.
All right, and we're back. Sorry, these dogs.
And I hated that remake.
Is that the one with Tim Robbins or whatever, and the fucking kid from?
It's got Keanu Reeves in it.
Goku? No,
I think you're thinking of War of the Worlds.
Yeah, you're thinking of War of the Worlds.
So many bad movies back to back to back. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, like I get it, Ash. You're having a really shitty vacation. Things haven't exactly gone your way, and justifiably, you're in a bad mood. But come on, man. Quit being a goddamn asshole to everybody under the sun. A little common courtesy goes a very long way, even in medieval times. Side note, we should go to medieval times. I'm pretty sure there's one.
Yes.
I want to eat that turkey leg and feel like a badass and, like, Because they kill real people there, right?
Yep, that's how it happens.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's
Dude, once Rona's gone, let's do it.
Fuck yeah, it's like Soylent Green. You get in a lottery, and if you get chosen, they put you in there. And if you don't come out alive from the gulag, you're dead.
Honestly, after all this Corona shit, if we're not already in some Mad Maxian kind of like dystopia, we could really do some Medieval Night shit. Fingers crossed. All right. Anyway, Ash is riding through the woods when his horse gets spooked. Boom! The medieval dead erupts from nowhere and is now in hot pursuit of our horse-backed hero. He gets clothesline off the escaping, oh shit, I typed it, I can't say it, equestrian horse in parentheses. Thank you. I'll be here for the rest of the podcast. It takes refuge in a neighboring windmill. As Ash decides to play it safe and set up space for the evening. In a bout of goofy editing, Ash runs headfirst into a giant mirror and shatters it. Oh, okay. Not really sure what that was all about, but...
Well, the mirror was, like, he saw his reflection. The reflection wasn't doing what he does, so he ran after it and attacked it. You didn't realize that?
No. But shit, with Ash's luck with mirrors, I just stay clear of it. Right, all right. Then he examines the discarded pieces of broken glass, and as soon as he turns around, little tiny Ashes jump up from the shards and begin to harass Big Ash. Shit gets real through Three Stoogie here with all the shenanigans. Ash slips up and bashes his head on the ground and is knocked out stone cold. All right. He comes to tied up on the floor in a nice little homage to Gulliver's Trap.
I was just to say that Gulliver travels his ass.
Two of the little Ashes hold his nose while a third one swan dives right down his throat.
This is where the movie definitely does not benefit from the Blu-ray restoration, because the whole green screen can really see it in this scene as versus some of the older releases.
Oh, yeah. That effect did not age well. I mean, I'm glad that kind of didn't George Lucas it and go in and...
No, I mean, leave it as it is, but it's like, obviously didn't notice it on the VHS.
It's part of the charm.
Right? I never really paid attention to it either on the DVD. If I can see it, I never really remembered it. But watching the Blu-ray, I'm like, man, I can really see this. And, on the other side of that coin is that some of the special effects later, some of the practical stuff with the claymation and things like that, is actually pretty good and holds up today.
Right. All right. This is my personal favorite part. When, regular Big Ash is getting up off of the ground kind of shit, there's all the little Ashes in the foreground, and there's that one that starts losing his shit. Like, and his butt fucking grab him. That's my spirit animal. All right. So Ash starts freaking out because he just went down on himself. So he grabs a red-hot tea kettle and starts sucking. Ash should have gone with the plan.
Wait, no, you forgot to... I don't think you mentioned that they dive into his mouth.
Oh, yeah. Swan dives down his throat. That happened. It was real.
My bad.
That's all good. Should have grabbed the Plan B pill because his hot water abortion did not pan out. All of a sudden, a Twilight Zone-like eyeball pops out of his shoulder and quickly spawns into a fully clothed doppelganger.
This scene was cool, too, because this is another one where it's like, okay, I can clearly see where they're using like a split screen. Then I can see where it's just a dummy head. But then, like, sometimes when they're doing like just the practical effects, like when he's like spider crawling away, it looks pretty legit. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mind the split screen. I didn't mind the dummy, the spidering effect where it was like obviously another guy in like a wig, but the dummy head was brutal.
It looks so insane.
That looked really bad.
I want that. Like, he looks batshit insane.
Yeah.
We already talked about where he's crab walking down the fucking hill and all that.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure in like the director's cut, when he does that, they sing "Oh Susanna." I don't know why. They do weird shit like that. Like, I love when he runs out right after he gets out of the windmill and he just fucking howls at the moon, the two heads, and then they just start beating the shit out of each other. It's so stupid. I love it. All right. Ash squares up with... Evil Ash squares up with Ash, and they start doing this... He starts doing this ridiculous punch dancing number until regular Ash gets fed up with that shit and uses... and gives Evil Ash a neti pot full of buckshot and sends him flying.
I love this line, too. He's like, good Ash, bad Ash, I'm the one with the gun.
Yes. And now we get the staple of any Evil Dead, or the staple of the Evil Dead franchise, the chainsaw dismemberment and burial. And I said it once, I'll say it again. Ash sure is crafty when it comes to making impromptu crucifixes.
Dude,
so when Ash blasted this doppelganger in the face, because the whole time he's been silly and screwy. It's like, oh, I'm blind. Good little Ashy Doo shoes, little little things like that. He is a total goofball. As soon as he got blasted in the face, he's like, you'll never get the Necronomicon. He turned totally different.
Well, I mean, I've never been shot in the face with a shotgun, but I'm sure it probably changed my mood pretty good too.
This is
it made him a fucking reckless badass.
This is my favorite scene too, because fucking the good Ash just fucking tosses him in the grave, and he's like, hey, because his fucking head falls out of the bag, and he's like, hey, you got a little something on your face, and he fucking just tosses him a fucking face full of dirt.
We need to take a second here. I know, that part is fucking hilarious.
It's just such a good fucking dumb joke, because he's like, what? Like, I know it's fucking coming. It's we all know it's childish, but I just fucking love it.
He's still being a dick.
It's like, hey, you got something on your shirt? What? Biff.
Just Bruce Campbell, man, taking these fucking blows and all these punches and all these stunts and shit this entire movie. I think that kind of gets overlooked. Like, he's not Buster Keaton quality, but he does some real physical shit.
He does. Well,
I agree. I agree. While we're on this topic, I mean, he doubles basically his screen time here, playing good Ash and bad Ash.
Exactly.
All the work that he has to do as both is pretty incredible.
Plus, Sam Raimi, being his friend, can, one, get a really good quality product out of him, and two, knowing that it's your buddy, you can usually take things a little too far that you couldn't do with somebody you just hired for the role, right? Like if it was Anthony Hopkins or something like that.
No.
Let's say he was fit for the role or whatever. Like, Sam Raimi could not do what he does to Ash, his buddy Bruce Campbell, in the same aspect. I actually got some stuff in trivia later, which is pretty fascinating, and pretty much on par with the way they fucking treat each other.
Right.
It'd be like if Nachos and I fucking made a movie.
Right.
We have made movies.
It's like the Cruising Jackass. It's like, okay, well, it's just part of it. Like, you don't get mad, you just get over it and move on.
You slap somebody in the face and you fucking hand them a beer. There you go. All right. Yeah, so then he digs himself a grave. All right. Ash then takes the Pony Express to the graveyard to find not one, but 3 separate Necronomicons.
Hey, why not? There's 3 Lindas.
Tries the first Necronomicon, but it's too hot. So he tries the second Necronomicon, but it's too cold. He tries the third Necronomicon, and it's just right. Just kidding. The first Necronomicon he tries turns into this fucking vortex and sucks him and his chin in. They leave him with this ridiculous rubbery face.
Right, when he gets out. That's great, dude, because it kind of looks like the practical effect in Beetlejuice. And it looks pretty fucking legit, right? Beetlejuice.
It looks pretty good. I mean, it's a good practical effect, but it's still pretty cheesy.
I love how he does the to shake the effect off. That hurt my neck.
I like the difference between number 2 and number 3, which are fucking like bar none, no different.
When you get to 3, it's real similar to default Bruce Campbell. All right. So we get to the second book, which turns into a demented bat creature, and Ariel dive bombs him. This fucks me up.
I love when it bites his hand.
every time, like, he's looking around and it sneaks up from the back of him. I don't know. It's just like Bruce Campbell makes this stupid fucking face and then it just, like, sneaks attacks. And I don't know. It makes me weak.
Because he has to fight a book from behind. A book is sneak attacking him, and he's just got the goofiest look on his face.
So by proxy, or process of elimination, Ash figures out that the third time is a charm. Before he picks up the book, he remembers what the wise man told him. Ash goes to recount the magic words, but because Ash is a fucking moron, and of course he blows the lines, Ash grabs the book and all hell breaks loose.
What are the words, Nachos?
What's up?
What are the words?
It's,
Klaatu, Barasa, no.
It's Nikto. Nikto? Is it really Nikto? Yeah. I wrote it down. All right. Ash is running out of the graveyard with the book.
Well, hold on, because he says the words and the fucking graveyard starts to get pissed at him and starts launching all the gravestones in the air and, like, fucking the earth starts shaking. Well, I said the words, god damn it. I mostly, not maybe all the syllables, but close enough.
Right, like, who's he trying to talk to, to, like...
I like how he does, like, the double look over his shoulder, too. Like, is anyone around? Because I'm about to fucking pull some shenanigans.
Man, see, this is where you should have written it on a piece of paper, written it on your hand. Use your fucking go-go gadget hand to fucking, I don't know, record that shit or whatever.
I'd have taken the sword boy and carved it in his back and made him come with me.
Right. All right. So Ash is running out of the graveyard with the book and gets snatched up by an army of skeletons, and they gangbang him, Three Stooges style.
Dude, the fucking yoinks fucking in the middle and the eye pokes, dude, are my favorite.
It's no secret that, Bruce and the Raimi brothers are all, Three Stooges fan. Honestly, who isn't? But my favorite part, that whole shit, it's just like, what's he do? He fucking sticks his tongue out. They grab his tongue. No, it's the two eye pokes. Then he brings out the divider, And then they come in with two side pokes.
Yeah, he blocks it both times, and the fucking side pokes come in while he's blocking it, dude.
And then they jam the fist on his hand, and I never caught this, but one of the skeleton's hand punches him in the balls.
Yeah, as he's standing up.
I never caught that, and Dollars to Donuts said Sam Raimi did that himself. All right.
He's like, I'm going to control that one.
Lightning strikes the grave where Evil Ash was buried, and he is reassembled, looking gnarly as fuck, and now sporting a surprise mullet. He came back to life. Good for him. All right. Ash returns to the castle, and since it's King Arthur's castle and kingdom, wouldn't that make that Camelot? It's Camelot. It's Camelot. He hands the book to the wise man, who calls him a dung-eating fool for not saying the proper incantations, and that he has doomed them all.
I'm sorry, I love the scene when he's walking through the crowd, and they're like, yeah, and he's like, all right, yeah, get the fuck out of my face.
Get the fuck out of my face.
I love that part.
I think that's the only fuck you get out of this movie.
I say that because of that movie, because when I saw that movie, I was like, that's a sweet, like, get the fuck out of my face. I say that still to this day.
It's a good one. Where are we? Dung-eating fool for not saying the proper incantations, and it has doomed them all. The book has the power to send Ash back, but the army of darkness is going to be all over that Necronomicon like stupid on your mom. Oh! Finally, Ash starts feeling like a ruby red asshole as the entire kingdom gives him the stink eye, which he rightfully deserves. Sheila runs up and is all like, surely the hero from the sky will protect us. I have faith in you. And then Ash says, baby, that was just pillow talk. And you can see the disappointment roll over her face because she totally let that chump get up in her bone zone, aka infiltrate her piss flaps. As she sulks away in utter dismay, a dang old flying deadite swoops in and scoops up Sheila. All right. Back at the graveyard, Evil Ash is unearthing his skeletal army of darkness of titular's sake, and it's an awesome mixture of puppets and stop-motion effects that old Harryhausen would be very proud of. The Deadite army brings forth Sheila to Evil Ash, and she performs some reverse necrophilia by making out with him. All right. This is one of my favorite.
I think he does the "Give Me Some Sugar, Baby."
You're right
as well.
Yes, you're correct. This is one of my favorite parts of the entire movie, when all the skeletons kind of like bring the dancing girls out, and the dude's like, "We got plans for you, girly girl."
Yeah, right. Like, there's. Where did she come from? Tits out, everything. Like,
there's two of them.
Where did this come from?
Yes, Cincinnati Jeff. Most women often have two breasts.
No, two fucking bitch hotches.
I know. Shut up. Clearly, this movie is not passing the Bechdel test.
Now, is this like a scene that like gets more explanation in one of the other cuts? I have not seen all the cuts for sure.
I don't want to know how the rest of that scene transpires, man.
Yeah, this weird bone puppet bringing this topless chick. We got plans for you, girly girl. And then drag her off screen, and she's like, no, it's really strange.
That was perverted ass Rob Tapper. Like, hey Sam, can we get some boobs in this movie? It's like, I guess, I don't know, sure.
I mean, think about it logically, right? You've been under the ground 30, 40, 50 years. You just get up from that, you got your option. Fucking kill somebody, eat a sandwich, or, take care of some business. What's the first thing you're going to fucking do?
Oh, wait, no, that's not till later. Okay. All right. The kingdom is flipping out.
A sandwich guy. The guys are walking boners.
I mean, the kingdom is flipping out for obvious reasons, and Ash finally does it. He finally takes responsibilities for his goddamn actions and nuts the fuck up. Arthur calls him out for acting like a punk bitch, but Ash is like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Let's get Henry the Red and his crew and drop the motherfucking hammer on these crusty dead fucks. Also, how many times is Ted Raimi in this scene? I think Ted Raimi probably plays about 16 characters in this movie. And his wig is totally on sideways in this scene. All right. Back at the graveyard camp, Ash introduces Evil Sheila to the Army of Darkness, and they plot their sinister plot.
So that previous scene when Ash was rallying the troops, he goes, "Who's with me?" And no one says anything, and the blacksmith says, "I'll fight with you." That's when my panties dropped to the blacksmith. I'm like, all right, Bruce Campbell's a good-looking guy, but that guy's won my heart.
And right next to him, Ted Raimi's like, "You can use my sword
and my axe."
Right. You're right.
That blacksmith, he's got a lot of screen time in this movie. Man, he made, for me personally, best-looking guy in the movie.
Here's to you, blacksmith, and to the future.
Yeah. So I got some fun info on that, dude, if Cincinnati Jeff doesn't.
No, I don't.
That dude is actually an old pal of the Raimi brothers and, Bruce Campbell and all that shit. So I think, he's just a big fucking dude, and he's like, "Hey, you're out in Hollywood. I'm out in Hollywood. You want to make a movie?" He's like, "Oh my God, yes, please be in our fucking movie." So it's like getting the band back together kind of shit.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, so I hope you boys like montages, because here comes another one. How's it go? How's it break down?
Gonna need a montage, getting stuff done real fast while playing music. Gonna need a montage, moving the story faster than you can expect it.
Also, I think I only put deodorant on one of my armpits. Sharing's caring. All right.
Hey, you know what? While I took my last pee break and you guys didn't know, I put deodorant on. It's starting to fucking smell here in the Cincy Fart Factory.
Oh, he's real nice putting deodorant on for us when we can't smell. How come you don't do it in person, Come on, man.
Because that deodorant's for you. I have to keep deodorant around for you, you stinky bitch.
Oh, I do stink. It smells like an old lady farted through an onion.
You goddamn right it does, you bag of bitch.
Bag of bitch. What is that?
That's
Oh, fuck!
Mardi Gras beard face.
God damn.
Don't
Don't watch this movie in the woods alone. Yeah,
don't watch
Fred
this movie,
Flintstone
period.
and the fucking Farrah Fawcett rape van or whatever. Nobody got that joke, I assure you.
Yeah, it's because nobody listened to that episode, because that's a terrible movie.
Oof. All right.
Boys, back on track.
Sorry.
Stay on
And we're
target.
back. And we're
Stay
back.
on target.
You've listened to us before, you know this happens.
So the Army of Darkness approaches Camelot, and you get to see all the different kinds of skeletons. Leading up front, we have skeletons playing femurs, right? Those are femurs, the leg bone?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Playing femurs like flutes. We have Scottish skeletons complete with bagpipe kilts, beards that somehow like didn't rot off, and whatever those hats are called.
Hats.
Shit, I thought I don't know, yarmulke. It's
Right,
probably
like their skirt is called a kilt, so you assume that their fucking special hat's called another special name.
right, like a wobbler or anyway. That's not real. We have hissing skeletons, and we even have a few skeletons. And we have a skeleton that's claiming he wants to rip somebody's balls off.
That is
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
great, dude.
Dial it the fuck down. The cherry on top of this wicked sundae, of course, is Evil Ash and She-Evila, or Medieval Linda.
Fake Linda.
Here's a fun tidbit of information. The fleshy fellow next to the scout is Bill motherfucking Moseley.
No shit.
Shit you not, playing the Deadeye General. It kind of sucks that Bill doesn't get any screen... Sorry, I gotta take a sip, get a little hoarse.
Why don't you get a big
What's
one?
worse? Bill Moseley's lack of screen time in Army of Darkness or Bill Moseley in Silent Night, Deadly Night 3?
Oh, Army of Darkness.
Lack of screen time.
I'll take that any day of the week. God damn. Hold up. Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 does have one scene that fucks me up. When old girl's like, how does a pinhead get his belt off? And she like grabs the slack of the belt and starts jerking it off. That made me real weak.
I mean, it's not a fucking great movie. Definitely check out the Horrible Horror episode. But,
Indeed.
I mean, it's, it's like a fucking psychic kind of weird fucking thing. There's tinfoil hats, like literally.
It's just like a long version of the X-Files.
And isn't that the episode where you guys forgot who was writing the script?
No. That was, oh wait, yes it was.
That was a good one.
All right, let's drop it.
If you're still with us, definitely check that out.
They make bad movies fun.
That episode particularly is fucking great because it's like Marshall's like, so I'm gonna hand it over to Aaron. Dramatic pause. So we're back. It turns out Aaron didn't have the script, and neither do I.
Wing it. And you guys did a pretty good job, all
Fucking
considered.
damn good job.
Well, thank you.
All right, so I got a fun little thing about this. So Bill Moseley, as the Deadeye General, he has like one of those all white fucking contacts in, and then on the other eye, he has an eye patch with like a little hole in it. So they're like, okay, Bill, we need you to ride this horse down this hill, tow this other horse with a fucking dummy skeleton on it, and just go for it. He's like, I can't see. He's like, you got it, Bill. We'll tell you when to stop. So he does this stunt blind as fuck, barely makes his mark, and then so Raimi's up there on this crane, and Bill Moseley's right under him, and he screams at fucking Sam Raimi, goes, I can act too, right? I mean, because you have fucking Bill Moseley. Okay, anyway.
Raimi should have just let him go and be like, no, we'll tell you when you hit your mark, and then just fucking let him go 3 miles.
Right,
all right, Bill, you got it.
So, a lot of the special effects, for the dummy skeletons, they had to dig these trenches so the puppeteers could walk down in them kind of thing. And, the dummies would be eye level or, level with everybody else. So, he almost fucking dipped into one of those trenches. He was a fart knuckle away kind of thing.
Shit.
Isn't that wild?
All right, well, go on, buddy. Sorry.
All right. The army of darkness descend on the castle, but get their asses blown off by a volley of exploding arrows. Ash is informed that a second group is flanking from the side, and they brought Barney Rubble's car with them to breach the south gate. Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that shit don't look like Barney Rubble's car. All right. Ash and the Arthurian archers shut that shit down real quick with catapult attacks. Shit is blowing up, and there are skeletons and bones flying everywhere. It's pretty cool. All right. Stop-motion skeletons lay down a siege bridge and successfully slam through the south gate with a bone-powered battering ram, and shit's starting to look a little bleak. Ash goes and gets his secret weapon to show all of his undead buddies. It's his 1973 Oldsmobile Delta 88, a.k.a. the classic with a few medieval modifications. This thing is a straight-up motherfucking murder-mobile.
Medieval modifications. God damn. This is something
Right.
that comes out of the future. It looks like something out of like a death race movie, like a post-apocalyptic world we had to get by on a racing car.
So the whole time I'm watching this scene, I'm like thinking to myself of fucking Back to the Future 3, where I'm like, they can't make fucking fossil fuels back this far. Like, what are they doing with this fucking engine? And I'm like, don't go into
Steampunk. It's steampunk. Totally, yeah. They steampunk that. Oh, anyway, whatever.
It's a combustion engine.
You're a combustion.
Sensei, Jeff, steampunk, come on, man, steampunk.
I'm kind of glad that shit died out. That was hyper fucking annoying. Okay.
You think fucking Firefly for that shit.
Are you talking shit on Firefly?
Really
I love
good.
Firefly. I honestly do.
That's what I fucking posted on Facebook. I'm like, all you people who are upset about sports right now know exactly how we felt when Firefly was canceled.
Dude,
But
don't even talk to me.
I gotta say, Firefly helped give birth, or at least, resurrect or give credence to, if you will, steampunk.
Well, maybe I don't want to see it then. I don't know. You know what? Back to the Future 3 kind of does steampunk too a little bit, though.
You're right.
Oh, shit.
Wild Wild West ruins it.
Well, fuck the world now.
All right.
And we're back. I'm assuming they use some kind of steampunked out engine or something, or rig some kind of and rig some kind of heinous helicopter propeller in front of it. And real talk, this thing is, I'll say the word, toyetic. Why not just make werewolf? What's toyetic, you might be asking yourself? Well, let me explain that to you. It is a term marketing teams use to, when you make a movie, for say, example, we'll use whatever the second new Star Wars movie was, Part 8, was that The Last Jedi, am I right? Yeah. Okay, so in order to, you would use a character like the Ewoks or the Porgs. They're cutesy characters that can be easily turned into a product, a plush toy, thus making them, say it with me, toyetic. All right. You know where I learned that from? Motherfucking Freakazoid.
Nice.
Right? All right. Everything is fine until Sheila turns face and Goody Goody tricks Ash into thinking he's about to mow down an innocent. Dumb move, Ash. For all you know, you could have... left a word out here. You could have killed Hitler's great-great-great-grandma, and, you probably could have taken out the Third Reich, but whatever.
Motherfucker just got honey dick that of stopping the Deadites.
That's the word of the day. I like that, honey dick. You care to shed some light on that term?
I love the term honey dick. It's like when you're... It's when you're being charmed into something that you think is going to be great, but then it turns out to be absolutely shit. You got honey dick.
I like that.
Like this episode.
Huzzah!
Boy, this episode's going to be great. It's got Aaron from Horrible Horror Podcast. It's a no-brainer. Oh, shit.
Got you good fuckers. All right. So, Ash...
Kind of like Catfished.
Yeah.
But with more dicks and... No, I know there's probably a lot of dicks with Catfish, too.
I like honey dick way better though.
Yeah. That's going to have to work it into my lexicon.
Agreed.
All right, so Ash derails the Delta and saves Sheila, or so he thinks. Evil Linda reverts back to her bad self, picks up a spear, and tries to shish kebab Ash in the wiener until he boots her down into the pit. Cut back to Arthur, who actually kind of turned into a badass for a minute, is beating the shit out of a horde of Deadites with multiple arrows sticking in him. That's pretty impressive.
It's very Boromir from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, hey, good reference, man. I mean, like, if I fucking bash my knee on the coffee table, I'm out for the day. I'm done. All right. So Henry the Red and his crew show up and start murking motherfuckers left and right. But Evil Ash advances on that book fast. He sucker punched Arthur. Wait, what? No. Okay. Oh, yeah. Who, let's face it, he's a little worse.
I'm like, waiting.
It's like half in Swahili. I'm trying to figure out other languages. Anyway, Evil Ash sucker punched Arthur and takes him out the game. So, wait. Ash goes ham on a group of Deadites, but Sheila bomb rushes him, and she catches a spear to the gut and then gets pole vaulted off the second level of the castle. Probably sounds like she should be dead, right?
Right.
That's weird. Oh, also, I don't want to forget the line. You found me beautiful once. Honey, you got real ugly. Real talk?
Boom.
I would probably take her home from the bar. I mean, she's got that kind of goth princess thing going on, and you know.
So the ugly lights come on, you see a bunch of chunks. Yeah, the ugly lights come on, a bunch of chunky suckers, and you see her, and you're like, all right, I have to go with that one.
I'm so drunk, I look at her, I see two of her, I'm like, all right, threesome.
I got 2 dicks for the both of you.
All right. I think that's the textbook example of honey dick, right? Did I use it right? All right. Evil Ash tears the gates off the little hidey hole the Necronomicon is tucked away in and is about to lay hands on the book, but Ash launches a spear through his evil counterpart. Evil Ash isn't having any of that shit, and an epic sword fight breaks out. And I'm not going to lie, it's pretty fucking badass.
Who doesn't fucking get off?
I totally agree. It's a fantastic fight. I would love the part where they incorporate another guy who comes in and tries to fight him, and he's fighting another dude.
Right.
They both get double swords. It goes over some levels. It's a great sword fight.
And this is all Bruce Campbell. Like, the way they're not synchronized. What's that fucking term I'm looking for?
Synchronized.
Choreographed, synchronized. All right. Okay. The Ashes battle up a flight of stairs, and the whole time Ash is also dispatching Deadite minions at the same time. Some real fancy sword work here. What was that? Ash grabs a nearby torch and sets Evil Ash aflame. He then Tarzan swings into the flaming foe and drops that boner off the side of the castle. But not really. Evil Ash's flesh is melted off and he's reverted back into a skeletal form. It's very Jason and the Argonauts-ish.
Dude, it is.
Right.
Good reference.
Oh, yeah, man, dude. There's
Ray Harryhausen would be proud.
Right. I mean, no secret. They're paying mad homage in that, and I dig that. Okay, okay. Fuck off, people. Leave me alone. I'm trying to podcast here. Jesus, Mom. All right. Oh, okay. The sword against the torch battle continues until Skullhead Bony Hands knocks the torch out of Ash's hands. I wonder what'll come out of that. Ash says fuck it and starts punching the teeth out of Evil Ash. He punches him so hard he spins his head like a top. And then back again. And then his fucking eyes go Vegas jackpot. Or, slot machine. That had me fucked up. Evil Ash returns the favor by roundhousing him in the face and off the side of the tower next to a very conveniently placed catapult. Remember that torch I was talking about earlier? Yeah, well, when it fell, it landed next to the by the catapult, lit the fuse on the giant exploding boom boom bag. Evil Ash brags out, "The Necronomicon is mine!" and does a backflip off the fucking roof onto the munitions. I learned a word today. And gets ready to deliver the killing blow, but Ash acts fast, grabs a sword, hacks off Evil Ash's hand, holding the Necronomicon, then cuts the tether on the catapult, sending Evil Ash blasting off like Team Rocket. Except he fucking explodes to death. All right. The Army of Darkness is straight up shitting.
Am I wrong? Does steam burst out of the skeleton's head when he gets... Is there a steam effect at some point?
Right, his brain pops out his head and they do the old fucking steam whistle. Whoop! And then he's like, fuck me. All right, and I love as all the fucking Army of Darkness is retreating. That one skeleton's like, let's get the hell out of here.
That's my fucking favorite line, and I think that's Ted Raimi, right? Doing that.
You know that's Ted Raimi, man.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Every day I was in civics class with Jake Steiger or whatever, and they'd ring the bell. That's what I would scream running down the fucking hallway.
I still say that shit when I'm leaving someplace like that I really want to fucking go. I'm like, let's get the hell out of here.
That's so good. Okay, everything's good and everybody's rejoicing. Oh, and Sheila isn't dead somehow because, sure.
Well, so here's what I think that happened there, right?
Right?
Normally you get like the bodiless evil that possesses people that takes them over as deadites, right? That generally kills them and makes them the deadite. In this aspect, I believe that Sheila was possessed, fake Linda was possessed by Evil Ash. So when Evil Ash was destroyed, much like in the Ghostbusters, they revert back to their normal human form. And
so we're going vampire rules on this?
I mean, hey, it's the Necronomicon, man. Like, fucking, you can kind of do whatever you want. That's Sam Raimi's rule, not mine.
But she caught a spear to the gut and was catapulted off the castle wall.
So here's the thing.
Right.
So if you watch that scene, she has a pointed spear. Ash takes it. He actually flips it around and hits her with the butt end and just tosses her off. She's not
she
stabbed.
only broke her neck, though. So.
She is not stabbed. But now from that height, probably, yeah, like Nacho said, broke her neck. But she is not penetrated.
Lol.
Yep, she's like my wife right now while being pregnant.
What about that scene earlier, though?
Jesus. This is Eddie Jeff.
Hey, man, I don't want to do nothing there, man. It's a baby in there. What if it grabs it?
Ew, then that's like a threesome with your kid, and then you got to go to jail.
Right? I saw this great meme earlier where a girl was texting a guy that said, "Did you nut inside me?" And he's like, "Yeah, haven't you seen the news? You can't come outside."
All right, keep it down. With the legions of the undead defeated, a tense wave rushes over the battlefield. It seems that Arthur and Henry are about to pick up on their turf war. The two charge at each other from opposing sides of the battlefield and meet in the middle.
And they pull out Gax and fucking...
But not at arms, but instead in arms. And they totally start making out and fingering each other's assholes like noble folk have been known to do throughout history.
Does anybody else love Henry the Red a lot?
I loved Henry the Red.
He's fucking great, dude.
Team Ginger, man. Gotta stick together.
Yeah, he's way better than Arthur.
Arthur was a stick in the butt.
Arthur's a KUNT for sure, man. He is a cunt.
I love the part in the beginning of the film, like after Ash is like, "Get your boys, get out of here." He walks up to that dude and just kind of like Billy Madison grabs that dude by the face. It's like, ha ha ha, right in his fucking face.
Yeah.
And there's that sweet scene where he's driving by and just beating the shit out of all those deadites with that mace, and they're just like turning into dust. That was pretty good.
Dust in a motherfucker.
I had to
just mashing them. Yeah.
That'll leave parts out to advance the script.
Continue on.
Oh, all right. The crowd goes wild and everyone celebrates and it feels good. Okay. Back at Walter the White's medieval meth lab, not Merlin whips up Ash's batch of Uncle Wizard's time-traveling Dizzy sauce so he can
Sir
go back.
Walter the White.
Right?
Sir Jesse
so
the Pinkman.
So he can go back to the future and try to fix whatever the fuck is wrong with 2020. Ashy and Slashy and Not Dead Linda share a tender moment before he rides off, but not into the sun. All right. S-Mart, current day. Ash is retelling his story to a less than enthused Ted Raimi in like his 70th role in this goddamn movie. Our hero goes back to pricing toasters when some fly honey tells him that she liked this story about how he could have been king and that it was kind of cute.
Do you know who that is?
Dump Truck McGillicuddy. I have no fucking idea.
This is Angela Featherstone. She played Linda in The Wedding Singer. She's also the copy girl in the Friends episode where Ross and Rachel were on a break and Ross bangs her.
Is she the lady that interrupts me in the middle of a joke and just, like, derails all the momentum I just built up?
Yeah, they call that Nachos McWerewolf. Welcome to my world, bitch.
Thanks for the Freddy vs. Jason reference. All right. Last time I told a lady a story like that, I ended up in a backwards jacket in a room made of pillows. But I guess that's a perk of being Bruce fucking Campbell.
My trivia was way better than your joke. See, Aaron thinks so.
Nachos McWerewolf left the chat.
Well, that's good, because the fucking movie's over.
Hold up. Strange things are afoot at the local S-Mart, and as an ominous wind rolls through the aisles and the lights begin to flicker. Suddenly, the lady standing behind them deadites out, and she is preparing to bash the honey's head with a cash register. Ash from Housewares shoots the register out of the unruly customer's hand and politely asks her to leave. Deadite Karen wants to speak to the manager, but instead Ash just shoots her about 30 times. Truly any retail worker's wet dream. Ash proclaims, "Hail to the king, baby!" Makes out with the girly girl in front of about 10 eyewitnesses to the murder he just committed. The end.
All right. Nachos, thank you for running down the script for me. I really like how you put it at the end.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Nachos.
You know, I had like a day to do this, so it's the best I could do. Usually I take 3 weeks.
Sure, yeah, you know, Wednesday to Saturday. That's a day.
Wednesday?
That's
You're fucking correct, dude.
That's when we decided we were going to do this, was Wednesday. We said we'd do it Saturday.
Time means nothing to me.
I got the receipts, as so the kids say. Anyway, if you want to turn this
what
episode...
What fucking kid says that?
If you want to turn this episode into a drinking game, take a shot every time Nacho says, and all right.
So speaking of taking shots, I'm going to go do that.
All right.
Hold the fort down real quick.
You got it. No, for real though, no, I love when Mike does these. There's a lot of work that goes into these episodes for sure. This is the second one he did. He's very passionate about the Evil Dead franchise for sure, and I love that he does it. So I love to give the guy a hard time for sure, and I like to interrupt him as much as he fucking loves interrupting me. But he did a really good job. Aaron, how did you feel about Nachos' second episode?
I think Nachos did fine, and that's also there's some extra elements of difficulty considering we're all on Skype.
That is true.
We can't see each other. We can't read each other. We can't, like if I see Nachos is on a tangent, I don't jump in when not to jump in. It's a little more tricky.
You don't feel you got honey dicked?
No, I don't. I was expecting what So yeah, no honey dicking here.
All right. Well, do you fellas want to see a dead body?
Holy shit, you're going to do this?
All right, well, there is too many to count, literally. Especially with this one, you've got Deadite possessions, you've got straight-up murders of Deadites, of normal humans, and things of that nature going all across the board. I tried to give it a count. I lost it when it got close to the 40s during the battle and just said, fuck it, too many to count. So if you guys do have one, please let me know. But I want to say, hey, what was your favorite kill in the movie? Whether it's a Deadite or a human or what have you. What was your favorite kill? Aaron, if you have one, please go first.
Oh, shit.
I like the one when Henry the Red Men got put in a pit and the fucking geyser of blood came out.
Yeah, you can't fuck with it.
That was easily my favorite. That was so ridiculous. So much fun. And I was like, ooh, I want to see what's inside that pit.
What a rare one, because that's I think the only off-screen death that we get, too.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it was dramatic. It was so over the top ridiculous. I was like, yay! Yeah.
Nachos, go.
Oh, geez, man, I didn't really think about that. Maybe the skeletons that get smashed by the fucking bag of rocks at the end. Sorry, I gotta get that burp out. Carve your gizzard out. Clearly, that's Sam Raimi. Did he get smashed by the? I don't know.
All right. Well, mine was the S-Mart Deadite that was shot by Ash at the end with the fucking 22 caliber fucking rifle. Just because, like, all the extra effort, right? It's very reminiscent of what he's doing earlier in the film, with, like, the pit bitch. But in this one, he's fucking riding that cart. Like, he throws the gun up in the air unnecessarily.
It's so stupid, I love it.
Jumps on the cart, then catches it, and then fucking goes to town like he's fucking John Wayne. That was really just all action and just super fun for me. Just F-U-N.
Just Dustin Deadite Karen like that.
Right? Are you guys ready for some stuff you should know?
Yeah, hit me, dog.
All right, so originally, there was meant to only be one creature in the pit. However, Sam Raimi was convinced to add the second, dubbed the Pit Bitch, by its creators after being scared by it one day when walking past it. Sam Raimi originally wanted to call the film The Medieval Dead, but Universal Pictures refused. The title Army of Darkness was created by Irvin Shapiro, the uncredited producer of The Evil Dead from 1981 and executive producer of Evil Dead 2, who died 2 years before the film was made. Raimi then wanted to naturally give it the title Evil Dead 3 Army of Darkness, but the studio wanted the film to stand on its own from the rest of the series, so it was just titled Army of Darkness. The film was called Army of Darkness, The Medieval Dead for its UK release.
Oh, I got some trivia for you when you're done.
The film was famous for having 4 different versions, which we kind of talked about earlier. The US theatrical, European, director's cut, and the US TV version. Each included deleted, extended scenes, as well as scenes that were re-edited in a different order, depending on what version the viewer watched. The one that had the most restored scenes for your television was actually the 90-minute US TV version.
Really?
The film sat on the shelf for a year due to a feud between Universal Pictures and producer Dino De Laurentiis. Laurentiis, sorry. Over the rights to the Hannibal Lecter character, so not even, pertaining to this movie, from the Silence of the Lambs series.
That's right, he got tied up in Manhunter.
Yep, the film was eventually recut by Universal after the feud was then settled. During the scene, this is fun, during the scene where Ash is being pelted with rocks, fake rocks were used, but to get a more realistic reaction out of Bruce Campbell, and partially as a prank, because that's what they do, Sam Raimi pelted him with potatoes, and this was the cut that was used. So when you see him get hit in the back of the head and go dizzy, that's a fucking potato.
Buddy, what's the track record with all this shit? Like, what is it, the original Evil Dead? I'm pretty sure he gets stabbed in the leg with a pencil or some shit. Something bad happens to him.
No, he broke his ankle, and fucking Raimi kept poking him with a stick off screen.
Right, a fucking Evil Dead 2 when he's on the fucking, Tilt-O-Whirl. Fucking Raimi's there just beating him with fucking branches like an asshole.
Right? That's what you do with your buddy, though. That's what we talked about earlier. Like, when you're your buddy, you know you can get away with that extra shit, right? Like, There's no director in the world with fucking with the SAG and all the fucking like insurance that they have and stuff like that. Like you can just be like, oh yeah, hit me with fucking potatoes. That's not gonna hurt. A fucking hard potato, cooked or uncooked, that hurts, guaranteed. It's gonna feel like a baseball.
How bad I'd feel if I hit Tom Hanks in the face with a branch? I'd feel terrible.
Right?
Love Tom.
Yeah, he had coronavirus.
He survived, apparently. Him and his wife.
Well, when you got thousands of dollars.
Yeah. I mean,
Magic Johnson's going to survive HIV.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
So the last couple I got, released in Japan.
The majority.
What was that? What was that, Aaron?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Released in Japan.
No, go ahead.
Released in Japan.
No, go ahead. Seriously, quit fucking around. Come on, man. Wrap it up. No.
Released in Japan, this movie is known
something happened.
Released in Japan, this movie is known as Captain Supermarket.
What?
Dead fucking serious, dude. Yeah, now you feel like dickheads for interrupting me a little bit, because that's fucking fun knowledge.
If I had a pop punk band, that would be the name.
Captain Supermarket. All right, and then last here, in the film's original ending, Ash miscounts the amount of potion needed to be able to correctly return to his own time. As a result, he wakes up in a post-apocalyptic future where human civilization has been destroyed, and he screams in dismay at having overslept. Universal Pictures objected to this climax, even though it was filmed, feeling it was too negative in tone, and a more optimistic ending was then later filmed and ultimately incorporated into the theatrical cut.
Do you know the other alternate ending?
I don't.
It's the exact same thing you said, but he doesn't wake up with a beard. He just fucking dies.
Oh, he just sleeps to death?
And that's sad. I'm glad they didn't go with that.
That's depressing. Jesus.
That's some Debbie Downer shit right there.
So, Aaron, what are your final thoughts, final cuts for the movie here? What would you like, what you didn't like, and what do you rate it?
I would give it 8 deltas out of 10. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. The reason I gave it is because it is very niche. You got a fan of Sam Raimi and his stuff before. When you it stands alone. You don't have to watch Evil Dead or Evil to really get it. And I don't think a lot of people got introduced to the Evil Dead franchise through Army of Dark. Honest. But one thing I really do love about this movie is the line I use, and I already kind of talked, you ain't running 2 things, Jack left town. I love that line. Use it a lot. I also love saying, get the fuck out of my face. It was common, but I also got it from that, and I love it so much. Another one, which I didn't mention earlier, is I used to say this whenever I hit someone real hard, everything's scrum going on, and go, yeah, baby! That's the same line he used when the Delta came out with the fucking evil, twirling. Same thing. All from Evil Dead or Army of Darkness. So much fun. 8 out of 10 Deltas.
Nachos, take it.
All right. So I feel the only problem this movie is guilty of. I mean, no, there actually is nudity. So. Put a dick in my mouth on that one. No, the lack of gore. Other than that, I mean, this movie has a kick-ass soundtrack. If you're trying to tell me that this story isn't fun, or you don't like Bruce Campbell, or just any of this shit, I mean, if you say you don't like Army of Darkness, you might as well be saying, I don't like fun. Like, you could probably show this movie to a kid, not like, a 5-year-old, but I don't know. This movie is just a goofy adventure. I can't call it a horror movie per se, but I mean, it's categorized. Blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is this movie's fucking great. It's 10 out of 10. Hail to the Kings, baby.
So I would have to basically agree with everybody on all the same fronts. I like the movie for sure. I will say, until I got Ash vs. the Evil Dead, this was my least favorite of the franchise, simply because you get the first one, which is straight horror, the second one, which incorporates a lot of comedy, but it's got a lot of gore to it and some scares. This one, while it's considered a horror comedy, it's very much more comedy than horror, and there isn't really even a lot of scary stuff in here. The pit bitch is probably the scariest thing you see outside of the evil Ash, and that's still, the pit bitch probably is the scariest thing total. Evil Ash just kind of because you know as an adult, like, oh, he got fucking bird shot in the mouth. Other than that, it's not really
Yep.
It's kind of a screwball, but it is F-U-N with a capital F-U-N. Like, it is a lot of fun. It's a good time to watch, and like Nacho said, it's like, I wouldn't show it to maybe like a 5-year-old, but I definitely remember watching this with my little brother, who is 6 years younger than I am. So
And probably a lot cooler now because of that.
right, like when I saw it, he was in the 3rd or 4th grade, and he laughed the whole time. My stepdad watched it with us, and my little brother, like, his favorite line was the fucking Ted Raimi skeleton of "Let's get the hell out of here!" Like, he just cracked up at that. So, like, it's not scary enough to really even be called a horror movie, but it is enjoyable for sure. I loved watching it again, having not seen it for a long time because I focus on number 1 and number 2, and then of course the new series, which I've just watched countless times. But it is fun for sure, as I've said fucking several times already. I give it 8 Lindas out of 10.
You know what? I forgot I had a nugget of trivia for you.
Drop it.
All right. So we know the running gag of Wes Craven and Sam Raimi throughout the Evil Dead flicks, the like, oh, let's sneak Freddy's glove into here kind of thing.
Right, like in part 2 where it's hanging by the door and shit.
Exactly. And, you know, the posters and all that shit. So Adam Marcus, that we were talking about earlier, was across, I don't know, town, the soundstage or whatever. They were shooting Army of Darkness. So he's like, can I get the Necronomicon in here?
Right, because they're doing Jason Goes to Hell.
Exactly. All right. And so this was Adam Marcus trying to be like, no, see, guys, I know, like, Wes and Sam have this rivalry, but if I can sneak this in here, then I get to be part of your club, right? Oh, my God, please like me. Please like me. Oh, my God. Oh, God, please let me be relevant for once in my fucking life. That's that. That's how that went down.
You know what? That's good, because I wouldn't have thought of that, like, unless we did the Jason episode of how that got in there.
Yep.
But that makes total sense. And then, like, later on, because you don't see the Kandarian dagger, right, like, in this one. So, but you do see a dagger in Goes to Hell. Did they borrow that, too, or?
Oh, my God, no. So you know the shit with that. I mean, yeah, we're getting off topic, but not really. When he throws that, because only a Voorhees can be killed by a Voorhees.
Right. I know that.
When he throws him that dagger, and then it turns into, I'm pretty sure it turns into one of the several Kandarian daggers.
Gotcha.
Because it changes throughout the series and, you know, franchise and whatnot.
All right, well, before we continue on, I say everybody take a short break, and let's go pee real quick.
Okay, I'm going to step on the back porch and smoke.
Are you going to do it in like 15 seconds? Because, like, I don't think peeing's going to take that long.
Oh, sorry, I just assumed we could pause this, like...
No,
anyway.
I was going to, like, say let's take shifts and go pee. I'm sure Aaron's probably done it several times during the episode.
No, actually, oddly enough, I'm holding it pretty well.
Okay. Well, how about, Aaron, you go and take a pee real quick if you've got to, and then Nachos and I will banter until you come back, and then I'll take one, and then we'll fucking continue on.
Bro, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
I'm good, man.
All right, I got to pee real quick then. I'll be right back.
So, Nachos, how you holding up during this whole coronavirus action going on right now?
I'm doing all right, man. I've been house sitting my buddy's beast for about a week, and I actually haven't had to make human contact, you know, like with the civilization. And I'm pretty much a shut-in anyway, so this is no skin off my nose. How are you holding up, bud?
I gotta admit, I'm a little weird with not going to work. I'm kind of a work, like, I'm that guy that a lot of people kind of like to make fun of at work, like in the sitcoms. I'm the guy that floats around like, hey, how you doing? Working hard or hardly working? Hey, you know.
Classic.
Because it keeps you away from work, and everyone kind of likes me, you know. So, yeah, I get, basically, put it this way. The way I keep my job is by being charming. I can't be charming by a productivity report.
I'm back. That's
so
good.
I'm kind of fucked. Anyway, yeah.
All right. Well, Nachos, I believe you have a game prepared for us before we sign off. Is that correct?
Oh shit! What was it, man? I totally forgot. Which one was it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think it was the top 3 celebrities.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Okay, all right, yeah. Right. So before we jump in, know that we are going to continue. Here Comes Spooky is going to continue to do the podcast remotely from Skype and things like that, bringing people in. I'd love to have Aaron in on some more for sure. They're easy to jump in for us since we've got just the Skype thing set up. There's not much preparation on our end, and this leads into, since we've got the COVID-19 until this gets normal, we're going to continue to do this. Nachos, take it away with your game, sir.
Can we refer to this as the pandemic season?
That's how I have them recorded and saved, is the pandemic episodes.
Okay, like awesome. I mean, not awesome. We're all going to die. This is terrifying. But anyway, all right. So we're going to pick 3 celebrities that you think may not make it through this these troubling times. I'll go first. I didn't really think about it. Would it be terrible if Tommy Wiseau died or contracted the virus and maybe didn't continue living afterwards?
So you're saying these are celebrities you want to pass away or don't want to pass away? Or a mix of both?
Yeah. Yep. You genuinely gave me 5 seconds to think about this.
I mean, you brought it up to us.
I took
literally 2 hours and 25 minutes ago.
All right. You know what? I'll name a celebrity. You guys tell me if you think they should survive or not so much.
Let's all do that. We'll all name one.
That sounds good.
I'll start.
All right, go.
Dick Van Dyke.
How is he not dead already? That's serious.
He isn't.
Dick Van Dyke is awesome and can outdance all of us, unless Aaron has like some supernatural dancing powers I'm unaware of, and I don't want to step on your toes.
I do.
No shit.
So go ahead, guys. Live or die.
I say he lives. I think Dick Van Dyke survived alcoholism. He can just keep going.
Right?
Dick Van Dyke is bigger than this stupid virus and will continue to outlive all of us.
All right, Nachos, you go next.
Andy Dick.
Dead.
Put him in the dirt.
Dead, yeah.
Put him in the dirt.
He can't stop. He just can't stop licking people in the face and doing dumb shit. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Be ashamed if somebody put a bolt in his head.
All right, I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder.
Oh, Liv, please.
Kane Hodder's gonna get Corona in a van and just fucking beat the shit out of it and then light it on fire. He'll be fine.
I was thinking he was gonna die. The guy just can't stop shaking hands and going to conventions. He's just gonna keep going no matter what.
Well, no.
You know what? Even if Kane Hodder does die, he's still going to show up and still be at the cons.
Isn't he doing the virtual one this weekend?
Oh,
yes, he is.
What's up with that, man?
I don't know. It's kind of a neat idea because you get like a one-on-one personal time with your favorite celebrity from horror movies.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't say that at the top of your show.
I totally forgot about it till just now. But there is if anyone's listening tomorrow. There is a virtual con that goes on today on 3/28 and then tomorrow 3/29 that you can buy tickets for, which has like Kane Hodder and a bunch of other celebrities where you can basically pay a ticket. Instead of getting an autograph, you get like 5 minutes one-on-one with your favorite horror celebrity, and you can just kind of hang out with them on Skype and like ask whatever questions you want and just bullshit with them.
And Cincinnati Jeff is going to be like, "Ooh, cyber choke me, Kane Daddy, harder." Bit in my hair.
All right, so for me, next one, Mel Brooks.
Don't you touch my precious Jewish man. He lived through the Holocaust. He can live through this bullshit.
He's the 2,000-year-old man.
Because, Max Brooks already gave us the whole...
You're right.
You're right. We're fine.
Right. But just throwing it out there. So, all right, Nachos, for you.
The ghost of Vincent Price. He never actually died, though.
It's his cousin, his nephew,
It's his
Cody.
Cody. No, let me think. Bob Barker.
Yeah, Bob Barker is still alive.
I think he's gonna die. I think he's gonna bite it. I think he's gonna die.
He would
used
die.
To being around, yeah, he's too used to being around crowds. He's like, it's no big deal. It's fine. Yeah.
I don't want to see Bob Barker get spayed or neutered, but I don't know, man. I'd prefer it if he lived through it.
Yes, I would too, but I think he's gonna die. Like Aaron is saying, he just is too Bob Barker. He's too friendly. Aaron, who do you got?
Oh man, it's tough to say. I'm gonna go kind of big with this one. Kim Kardashian.
Oh my God! Please, yes, let that bitch die.
Kind of wish he was dead already.
Yeah, not of Corona. I want somebody to drop a fucking safe on her head.
Piano on her head, like fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I just don't think we're that lucky, guys. You know?
She's got one of the greatest comebacks in history, though.
Well, where she crab walked to the bathroom to get a towel to get all the cum off her back?
Yeah, that's in the sex tape. She got a bunch of cum on her back.
That's me choking. Harder than.
All right, for me, last one here, Sean Connery.
Ooh. Isn't he senile on off the coast of like?
He's very much a recluse right now. If there's anyone this old who's going to survive, it's going to be him. There's nobody fucking around.
Yeah, he's off some small island off the coast of Scotland. He's fine.
Yeah, it was down to him or Betty White, which both I love.
Dude, Betty White's going to outlive all of us. Ooh, Keith Richards would have been a good one.
But no, it's like Keith Richards and Ozzy fucking Osbourne. It's like the same thing, right? Like they've done so many drugs that this whole system's just been blocked.
Ozzy had to cancel Ozfest because he's getting.
No, so here's the thing. It's not Ozzy wasn't getting too old or too sick. It's the fucking stick that they fucking put him on where they move him around from off stage. That thing just needed to be maintained.
He's a hologram.
Ozzy died like 10 years ago.
It's just Jack Osbourne in a wig.
But seriously, think about it. Betty White. I'd go down on her. Betty White's hot.
Got real quiet there for a second, huh?
I guess we don't have a fucking bunch of Rose fans out there. Nobody likes the Golden Girls. Guys are a bunch of BR.
You just like golden showers. What do you say we wrap this up? Do you guys want to get down with some mini game shit after this or something, or what do you guys got? You know what? We'll discuss this off air.
Right. All right, Nachos, take your last celebrity.
I might be all right with Jerry Stiller.
Going or staying?
Jerry Stiller. What do you think?
Dude, I hope he stays, man. Jerry Stiller's hilarious, man. He fucking brought me Festivus.
Yeah, I'm more of a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan opposed to Seinfeld. The 90s was an ugly time to wear clothes in. If you know what I'm saying.
I don't. I wore Jenkins.
I think he absolutely killed it in, Seinfeld. My favorite.
Right?
Festivus for the rest of us.
As the rain blows down on this man, I thought there must be a better way.
Oh, no. So, Jerry Stiller stays.
I think so.
Okay.
And I believe Aaron feels the same way.
I hope he does. My last one is Whoopi Goldberg.
Ooh,
dude,
that's a good one.
I know
Damn.
Whoopi's been a little crazy lately, but man, you got to remember, Whoopi did stuff like Jumpin' Jack Flash. She did Ghost. She did a lot of good stuff.
Dude, Sister Act 1 and 2.
Movies.
I still watch Sister Act 1 and 2 to this day. They're both hilarious to me.
Do you want to hear the best thing about Whoopi Goldberg? Her real name is Kristen Johnson, and she used to be a prostitute and smoke crack and shit all over this hotel room.
So did Fergie.
Fergie?
Yeah, Fergie was a meth whore. Legitimate. Before Black Eyed Peas.
Before it was cool? Before it was, hey, Amy Winehouse, you hear that, you dead bitch?
Huh. I didn't know that about Whoopi Goldberg. So that actually
No, that's real, man.
Yeah. No.
But I would say I don't want her to die. I like
Jack-
Whoopi. She's crazy now. I'm really not into celebrity politics, unless they pretty much come from Larry Zerner or Tom Kalinske, who's not Tom Kaczynski. Tom Kalinske was the president of Sega of America back during the Sonic days. I just happen to follow him on Twitter because I love his. I turned Sega around and made it beat Nintendo for like a year and a half, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you did!" And he's also like, "I say things about politics and Politico," and I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Well, we happen to agree with each other." Not saying one way or the other, but I'm like, "Yeah, cool." But like Whoopi, and mostly with the rest of the cast of The View is just fucking nuts. I can't stand that shit. But man, Whoopi back in the '90s and the '80s, goddamn, dude, just tons of fun.
Unstoppable.
Right? And then just so much fucking fun.
Was she in the Legend of Billie Jean, or is that somebody else?
Not Whoopi.
I never saw that movie. I heard that's really good.
It is.
Sister Act 1 and 2 is where I go.
Dude, did you see that promotional thing? Like when that Nun movie came out, they had it like penciled as a Sister Act, like part 3, but with like Valak or whatever the fuck her name is.
No. Plus, fucking The Next Generation, right? Star Trek?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Are we getting into the...
Yeah.
Plus, a movie you definitely could not get away with this time of, like, political climate, The Associate, where she's she's the business owner, and she is black, right? Black woman, and she pretends to be an old white guy. Like, she does whiteface.
Christ.
Oh, it's
Wait,
fucking
so you
great,
white girls, but trading places? No, hold up, man. Let's
Mike's
talk
favorite
about
movie,
this.
How Stella Got Her Groove Back?
Oh, my God. No, I like the sequel. She got her groove back. That's it. No, so in Star Trek, so was she part of the Nexus? Or explain this to me.
Okay, so that's Generations. That's the movie. So in Next Generation, it's, obviously it plays off of Next Generation, Generations, where she was originally part of that crew that was rescued by the Enterprise. So they were waiting to get taken into the Nexus, right? They weren't in danger. Oh, Aaron's got something to say about this.
What you got, dog?
I'm sorry, boys. What's that? Sorry, my wife's yelling at me. My daughter's crying a whole bunch. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were talking to us about Star Trek.
No, I'm yelling. My wife's yelling at me. I probably jump off here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's put a pin in this.
All right. So all right. Thank you for listening. Next week we got a new episode coming out where a lot of friends are going to Muff Dives, Vacation Island, starring Biff Tannen and the stripper from Summer School. So thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for staying with us. Stay safe, stay home during this COVID-19 pandemic, and make sure to always stay spooky.
Did that work? Did we get it?
We got it.
All right. Smell you later, Playboys. I'm going to call you right back.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, boys. I got to go.
See you, buddy.
All right, bye.